Just need to build a whole brand new computer.
Don't
like
start that
that's
again.
Go on without me.
Fly, you fools. Or in this case, game, you fools.
It's gonna come back as Rivallon the White.
He already is white.
Okay. A second here.
Buys himself like a white tower case.
I had to say,
I'm doing the
thought
best I
these
can,
big
but it's just
things
running really
were
bad
super
today for some reason.
pretentious. But the fact that I can use it in my room is so nice.
Okay, so I don't think we need to do a recap, or do we want to do a recap? Yeah, we should do a recap.
No, we don't want to do a recap. Get us on with this.
Let us die already.
Get on with it!
To everyone watching my stream, I'm sorry about the quality. I don't know what's wrong, but for some reason it's streaming really slowly today.
Maybe it's something up with your just your connection, your internet connection.
It must be, because there's no other reason for it. I'm normally running at 6,000, and it's running somewhere between 3,000 and 450. It's just alternating between the two.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be something wrong with the network itself. Like,
do you have anything running in the background?
No.
Is Steam downloading something?
Nope.
There was an update for Steam, so it might be background downloading the actual update.
I might have to kill Steam then. Like, literally, take Steam outside and shoot it.
Well,
it's interfering with my live streaming. That's not allowed.
So, last week, you all were on board. Well, actually, let's see. I'm trying to pick. Who did it last week?
We're not doing it. We're just getting into the fight. Come on, move.
No, we're not. You don't run this.
She will end you.
Crimson.
Last week, we started by arriving on the coast, just off the coast of this cove that is surrounded by storm clouds and turbulent seas. After some preparations, we launched, I believe it was 3 boats, because we were taking our mounts with us, and we got onto the beach and started making our way further into the cove, trying to find an entrance on this that was in this cliff. I think Arwen and Sesh spotted it, and there was a riddle, I think. No, it was just a hole, and what's her face? Sedna used her little ring and her necklace pendant and opened the door, and we moved inside. We came across a gentleman that was being waterboarded, basically. Isaac went to rescue him. Found out he was being kept alive by like a bless restoration spell and a cure wounds. So like he would get hit by a bunch of seawater. Bless restoration and cure wounds would keep him alive. Isaac got him down barely. Then he
killed him.
The guy died.
Yep.
Sweet release of death. And then the water level started to rise, so we booked up some stairs. We came across 2 more gentlemen behind bars. Looked like it was just like windows, not like they were actually in prison or anything. Asking for food. Didn't get much information out of them, despite Isaac's best efforts. Water got really close. So then we had to sprint up the stairs. And then we came to this wonderful, wonderful water room that we're in right now. And we got waylaid by some sea serpent things. One of the one of the ship's crew, just got very lucky because I believe we warned him that something was coming because of Rivallon's bow of awesomeness.
That's why it's actually called.
And then combat started. And
We chose not to warn him. In fact, we just kind
We
of.
didn't choose that. Rival chose
Well, no.
that.
Rival chose that he didn't get the benefits of the bow, but someone yelled, "Look out!"
Well, the creature rolled a natural 1, so we spoofed it.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And now we're in combat, trying to get to the other side.
Let's hope this week break gives my rolls a chance to reset.
No, because there was that time that you were just hitting natural 20s on me, like, oh, it was the most frustrating thing
Exactly.
in the
I
world.
want to get some criticals on these because this is fun with these
No,
criticals. This is good.
no,
yes,
no,
this-
it's not. By the way, guys, we
Yes.
do not want these creatures to critical hit us. We do not want that.
So, now we're at top of creature 3. Is it 3? I got to figure out which one it is.
It's the one over by Cedric.
Yeah, creature 3.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple I gotta keep track of. So he's not latched on. Sedna is there. Bomb must hit it. Okay, it's gonna try and take hits in again.
Good.
Oh, seriously?
Everything's gone to shit today, boys.
Yeah.
Well, that was a robocall. It's from the same area code, and I get those every fucking day. Seriously.
Hey, Major, you recording everything across the board, just in case. Just to be sure. Just thought I'd ask.
Oh, finally.
Huzzah! Huzzah! We're
The
back.
stream's just suddenly gone. Okay, I like the network now.
There you go. That's a hit with a 17 on Sedna, who does not have a very good AC. It's going to be 10 damage on Sedna. That hurts her. I also need to double check one thing.
10?
10 damage, yeah. It rolled a 1 on the d12.
Okay.
It does more than one damage type.
Oh, that's right. Poison. Or something like that.
You know, she only has partial resistance, if I remember rightly.
It does piercing and poison damage.
Piercing and poison. Yes. Damn it. 17's not. Damn it. One more. So it bites. Does not latch on. Sedna resists the poison effect. So now it's going to. Yeah, it's gonna break off and try and leave. And Sedna is going to not attack. She's saving that for. She's saving her bonus action for something else.
Bonus action dash as a rogue.
She's got some options as a rogue. She's gonna say that. So 5 feet off that way, and then the creature is going to
Submerge.
submerge. Rest its feet. So yeah.
Wait, but isn't that a reaction, not a bonus action?
She's got some options, but she's saving her. She's the only thing she could use as her reaction is something that is limited uses, because she has a certain.
Oh, right.
She only has a certain amount of reservoir for certain
Right.
poison on her plates that I have to keep track of. So that's the end of that one turn.
Can you hear that?
What?
No. Okay. It's just decided to start a storm outside my window. Quite literally.
Oh.
Like it was sunny like 2 minutes ago, and now it's like torrential rain and wind and lightning and thunder.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love a good
Uh,
storm.
Yeah. Okay. And so we finish creature 3's turn. Yep. Okay. And out of the corner of your eye, Rivallon, because you're focused down to the one that was at Sedna, that was
Yep.
next to Sedna, because you just go for that one. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a creature breach the water nearby you and go for one of the crewmates that's in the little
It
block.
needs to
in the
make a
rear.
thingy saving throw.
It
So
will,
can you
so-
reveal it so I can target it?
Yes.
Oh no, not Bandit 2, my faithful friend.
There's
Um,
4.
There.
God damn it.
I'm not going to tell you how many there are.
There can be anywhere between a number and number. So
Yep.
There are numbers of them involved.
There's at least 3.
There's at least 4.
Minimum 4.
it's succeeded.
Yes, rolled a 19. It doesn't have any
Right,
bonuses.
It should still automatically take the half. There you are.
Yep. So took 6 damage, and then it is going to try and murderize.
Remember, it had what's it called? Slower movement.
Yeah, but it came up. It still had like
Yeah,
10
no,
feet.
that's
after
fine,
that,
I'm
so
just-
it's fine. Yeah, it's
I know
been
it's
moving
fine,
for
I'm
a
just-
while.
I'm
Let's
just
just say these
reminding you.
these pools are very deep.
Yeah.
By
that's
the way,
fine.
I want to reiterate. You guys do remember the description of the room, correct?
there's
two
there's-
giant pools on either side, a pair of valves on either side of the room on
Mhm.
the top and bottom or left
There you
and
go.
right. Now you look at
Yep.
we need to
Just
use
checking.
the valves to drain the room.
it. We don't
We
know
think.
that, but that's a decent assumption.
Damn
But
it!
Sedna's-
I keep rolling 17s.
Sedna's actually going to the
Ooh.
valve, so we should probably go
With
with her.
Bandit 2, he is going to die.
So that's 24 to hit. Which
Yeah, he doesn't have 24.
hits. Yep.
Must hit.
And that's 18
dead man.
damage.
He's
which
dead.
Which, given the fact that he only had, let's see here, 11 points of HP.
That's almost a straight death.
No, it is a straight death because he's just an NPC. So
Uh-huh.
this creature
Not
comes
if I
up.
spare the dying on him.
That's true. That is true. But the creature comes up, breaches, and strikes the crewmate who's got like a half spear that he's been carrying, and as he goes like to try and fend off the creature, it bites down and cracks the spear in half, and then it just follows through into his chest, and you just
Oh,
see like
good.
a front of him go away. As it's
A
being
front
ripped
of
off.
him. He has multiple fronts.
Well, it's part. Let's just say there's not a lot holding in the bits anymore.
There's not a whole lot. Of,
Oh!
Oh.
not a whole lot
Yeah.
of rib cage left.
Not a whole
Oh,
lot.
no.
I like how my game is the one that gets those reactions, and two of you are one of you. One of you is playing in a Call of Cthulhu game right now.
One of them's playing and one of them's writing.
One of them's writing, yeah, and that gets that reaction, which makes me feel good.
Makes me feel good.
It-
You sick man.
Yep.
All,
All right.
all I'm saying is I didn't react like that. Yet.
Ustenia, your
Mhm.
turn. Who's the new
Charge!
threat?
I must
Alright.
avenge Bandit 2.
Rage.
I'm
Bandit
already
Barry!
raging.
He's already raging.
Yep. He's got 9
Incoming
turns of
rage.
rage.
Oh
Exactly,
god, the way you
he needs to
said
hit.
that reminds me of that Overwatch
what was
song
I?
thing.
What was I equipped with? I can't remember. What was I equipped with? The sword?
Silver
sword
sword.
and shield.
Yeah, you had your
Yep.
sword.
You were sword and boarding it.
Oh, no. Bugger.
You
Okay,
weren't
you sh-
targeting either.
You weren't
Okay.
targeted, but I don't think it matters because if I recall, this guy, you didn't hit him. You didn't even get close.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nope.
No. That's it. That's my turn.
It's like, yeah, you're swiping. It's eating it right now, so it's wriggling around a lot. It's hard to get it like to keep it still enough for you to hit it.
I don't like
You're
snakes.
You're catching it, but it's not biting. You're not biting into the creature's skin with that. So they're not snakes.
Why
so
did it have to
remember,
be snakes?
They're
They're dragons
serpents.
anyway.
They're
I'm
dragons.
sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes
Wagons.
in this
Hey, Isaac.
motherfucking room.
Yes,
I
it's your
rolled
turn.
like shit there.
Okay.
yeah, no, that was pretty bad.
So that is a.
Never said I was any good at it.
By the way,
No,
question: Who cast the light spell? Because they did like you tossed something into the water.
that was me.
That was you. Is that still
Yeah.
going?
Yes. I haven't
Yes? Okay.
recast it, so yeah.
All right.
Did you just see it get eaten by someone?
I was
No,
wasn't
no, that
looking at it.
no. It just matters. It just matters. You don't know why yet.
Oh fuck.
We're probably waking up more of these things, and I haven't realized it yet. So there you go.
Yep, that doesn't break my concentration to use. Do I do it? How many spells I've got? I've got quite a lot of spells. Yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna target this guy,
Right.
and I'm gonna hit him with a guiding bolt.
Okay. You may do so.
I'm just waiting for one of these days for us to say you can't do that.
I'll never do that.
God
I come
says
from
no
the
today.
yes and, not no but.
Yes,
Yes,
maybe.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Oh,
That's a whole.
That's a holy shit.
Well, so I'm not doing-
You're focusing on this, but out of
Yeah.
the corner of your eye, you see the bottom of the pool now bathed in light, and you're seeing a lot more creatures wriggling well down below and starting to come up, and that break you just, oh god, and you just miss.
Oh,
You're
great.
Hey,
distracted
posted
by
out there
your
now.
you're distracted by your impending doom. Also, because it's been 2 rounds, you're all standing on top of the water because somebody cast
Yeah, we got
water walk. But the water has gone up. So instead of being like an inch or 2 above the stones, it's now gone up to maybe a half a foot in the time that you started this fight.
All right, we need to get to those valves.
Pointing it out there.
Remember, you can decide to just swim. Like, walk on water won't work if you decide it won't work on you anymore.
But even so, we can
Swimming
also
is
just.
half speed.
Yeah.
Is it? Wouldn't it be quick for us to nimbly run over to the things diagonally?
It's up to
Yes,
you.
let's run over the bit of open water where
I'm
the
just gonna
things come
point-
below us.
From what you can tell right now, the creatures can't get on where the path is, just underneath the water. There's not enough
Well, I mean,
space
they've been popping
between.
up.
There's
But yeah, okay.
They're popping up, but they can't cross yet. It's like it'd be
Okay.
like a
I'm
a
gonna-
shark. They can't get over it yet. They're just,
Is it an action or a bonus action to do that? Hold on, let me just check. Where is it?
I had fun making this encounter.
Roach is just cackling in a corner while making this encounter.
No, I've got the feeling we're not even meant to fight these things. We're meant to be running.
I mean, we're making
won't
good
tell you.
distraction.
I won't tell you
oh,
what to do.
and this is campaign isn't based on EXP farming, so it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to farm these things
As
for
long as you
XP.
survive, you will eventually level up, sooner or later.
I'm sure your body will level up too. If you got a dead member of the party just somewhere, and then you just come back and they're a little bit, their corpse is stronger, just on the ground.
There's bigger muscles on the corpse somehow.
Yeah.
We don't know how, but it's
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Oh, we hit level 8.
Yeah, as a bonus action. Okay, so I am now flying. My wings have appeared, and I'm gonna go 5 up.
Okay, that puts creature 1, the one that was closest and went straight down, out of your range now, because he was within 5 feet is only. 'Cause
Yeah,
he
yeah.
dropped it.
No worries.
So
I'm gonna go
he's
5 feet up. So but that means people are still being encompassed by this because it's obviously 15 foot. So it will still kind of protect my party is the idea.
Kind of. Yeah, it getting strung out a little bit, but yeah, it still will.
Yeah,
I'd say, with the way that because the way it's described, is it a sphere of 15 feet around you, or is it a square of 15 feet? Because if it says it's a square, that's
It
going to
says
mean
radius,
different. Radius?
so that'd be sphere.
Be sphere.
Spherical.
So it's only going to cover 10 feet of actual tile space, with you being 5 feet out, because of the way the sphere is the footprint of the sphere is going to be.
Well, I'm guessing, yeah. Well, it's because it's angels flying about, is what it is, and harassing people.
Yeah, but it still
Yeah.
is within a certain
Doesn't
range.
change the area of effect size.
Yeah, it does change the area. I like how you're trying to argue it though. But still,
Yeah.
with the way the footprint of the sphere is going to be, if you go up 5 feet, you're going to lose about 5 feet linear distance on the grid. It's going to be 10 feet radius around you now instead of 15.
Okay. Even
At
so,
water level. At water level.
yeah, that's at water level.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I've used 5 feet, so
Yeah, you can
I'm gonna go to
raise
there.
Okay. There you go.
So, creature 4 is no longer
Harwan, you see
what
Isaac
I'm saying.
flying above you.
Reach up, grab a shoe.
You could land John if you wanted to.
Oh god, I forgot. Sesh rolled a 1 for her initiative in this.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
And that's
you
my
rolled
turn.
less than a 1. But we had to put a 1 in there because it was... it
did.
There's
glitched.
no
Yeah.
minus numbers on
I have
this.
I have a
It was negative.
-1 to dexterity, so it's like 1. You have a 0 in initiative, and fantasy grounds read the shit itself.
And 0
Yeah, well-
initiative technically means death
Just...
to
no,
most
no,
programs.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't display 0 on the initiative
Yeah.
tracker. That's the problem. Okay, so Sash, it's your turn. You just saw Bandit, or you just saw crew member 2 die.
He's legitimately dead. Like, there's no way. I
Oh,
can bring him
yeah.
back.
Yeah, well, he's still being
Oh,
snacked
yeah.
on.
He's like, he is currently part of a 12-course meal for this creature.
With the size of it, probably not. This is like a midnight snack.
This is like, I kind of feel hungry, and I woke up, so you know.
You got
Also,
any more
Isaac, did you
guacamole?
mention hey, do you guys have like any like
Pringles?
microwave
Block.
mac and cheese? You know, did Isaac mention the fact that he can see more of these creatures being awoken by the light, or did he not? Because if he did
No.
not, then
No,
did you not? Midge.
he didn't say it aloud.
He did not.
All right then. I guess we're doing this shit. Since she doesn't think about it, she's not gonna get rid of her light spell, and she's going to. She's gonna do something. Just can't figure out yet what yet.
It's gonna do a run.
Gonna do something.
I really like how this map turned out. Actually, it's really like the
It's a
water
good map.
Well, just
trying
the
to
water
think here.
is nice on it.
So it's a bonus action to cast spiritual weapon, right?
Yes.
And you only get
Or
one
no.
bonus action a turn. It's a bonus
Yeah,
action on it says on the spell I have
Okay.
it open here.
Yeah, it is.
So you only get one bonus action a turn, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon, which what is Bahamut's weapon of choice? I don't remember. He's a dragon, so it's probably like a claw, like a spectral claw appears beside me.
Yeah, could be.
It's a titanium claw, so it's silvery white kind of color, I'd imagine.
All right.
And
Spiritual weapon, you can move it and attack with it on the turn you spawn
Yeah.
it. But, yeah.
oh, the turn that I spawn it. Okay, so I'm going to
you
move
can.
it.
You can. Yeah. It actually preferences that in the spell.
Okay, I didn't read that bit. I was busy being like, I should probably do something. Within range of last duration, you can cast a spell again. When you cast a spell, you can make a melee attack. Spell attack. 5 feet
Where
of
you
the
putting it?
weapon. it can occupy any space within 5 feet of me. So I'm going to. I don't know if I can ping. Is there a way I can ping on the map?
Just give me a clock direction with 12 being like 12.
8. No, sorry, like 7:30, like southeastern.
Okay. All right. 7 1/4. Just down.
I would have just said northeast of the creature. Northwest. Fuck.
God damn it. Correction.
I'd have been
Next
wrong.
to the B. Next to the B. All right, it's down there. So.
Well, as a 3rd level spell, which gives an extra D8 damage, but that won't really matter to you. I just need to preface that.
Right.
Because you know. So that's
Make sure you're doing the targets.
So how does this work? Oh yeah, I'll just target it. Let me just make sure I'm targeting here. And using this weapon this turn, does that take up my actual
No, you can.
action?
You can.
No, it's on the bonus action.
Okay.
It's on still on the bonus action.
I will roll an attack roll then, and I assume it just
Make sure
uses
you-
my abilities.
You haven't targeted him yet, though. There you go. Now you're
There
targeting.
you go. Okay, so it just uses it's 2d8 is damage. So let me just find something to roll here. I'll just roll a.
But you gotta
Attack
roll to
roll.
hit first.
Yeah, let me just find an attack roll.
It should be in the spell.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Just hit the magnifying glass.
Little magnifying glass. Yeah. So attack.
Oof.
That's a
pretty
miss.
misses.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah, that's a miss. That's a miss. So a spectral claw appears, and you move it through force of will next to the creature. And as it tries to make a swipe, the creature kind of dogs to the left for a second as it's doing like a death roll on the body of the band, and
Rip the bandit.
doesn't find purchase. It's like a crocodile.
Yeah. So I will cast Sacred Flame on it. I already have it
Alrighty.
selected, so I should just be able to click cast, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
Bang.
it's a natural one, so that time misses.
He.
Alright.
Well,
No, that was its save. So
Oh, yeah,
does the
it has
damage.
to save.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a save.
So it
takes my full
fails.
damage. It takes
So
full
yeah,
damage.
go for it.
Bang. All right, that's slightly below average.
6 damage. It looks like it hurt a little bit. It does momentarily pause its feeding.
Like bitch.
It's just been given heartburn from what it's been eating.
Essentially.
All right. Yeah, that's my turn, I guess.
Acid reflux.
You do have movement. You do have movement.
You're right, but do I really want to move? Yeah, I'll move there, I guess. If that's
All right,
okay.
you're moving there. Okay, and that's the end of your turn. So now we go to the top, which is Bonla.
Fucking Bonla.
Fucking
Big
Bonla.
man.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Understand you.
I
That's
don't
what
understand
you're
that. Sorry.
screaming at the minute.
Yeah, because I can read that. Because I made it.
Oh, is he speaking Uteshian? Love it.
There's just the whole script, and we're like, big old unknown.
So Bonla races up, gets next to Sedna. He's got his weapon out, and kind of in a defensive pattern. He just tries to like get her up, like she's like half on her knee, because on her knee on water. It's still water walk. And as she's getting up, she calls back through free action. She calls back, "The valves! We gotta get to the valves!" And then that's the Bonla's turn, and Rivallon, your turn.
Okay. I go to there.
All right. Over
I
the water.
yep.
There's a sound of splashing, but it's a regular movement somehow.
Transfer my hunter's mark to Fanged 4.
All right. Fanged 4 is marked.
Do not forget to target him.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. Yeah.
A 17's a miss.
Yes, it is. I told you guys you got
Thick
really fucking lucky last session. That's a hit.
And don't forget to roll your d6 for
Some
smart.
max roll on the damage there. So it's 11 damage on Fang 4.
Yeah.
That's 11 damage, boys.
That's a 6. Can you see that 6?
No.
No. I will take your word for it.
Because
That's
it's
been
on
happening a
the.
lot recently. Yeah.
Did it roll onto the combat tracker? Do you have that over?
No,
the...
no, I took the
pressing-
combat tracker off.
Are
I
you
can see
press?
I can see that it's a 6 because I got your stream up.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. That's. I mean, I was gonna allow him to do it there, but when you roll that 6, are you manually rolling a 6, or are you clicking the thing? Are you clicking like the
No, I'm manually rolling
hunter's mark?
the 6 because the
There's
hunter's
nothing
mark
in
doesn't
hunter's
work like that. No.
No.
Fuck.
I mean, what I'll do is.
Can you grab me
I'll-
a tissue?
I've rolled it, so
You
we've got a
just-
6. So if you could take an extra 6 off that, please.
I did. I
Right,
put it
now
on there.
I've
It's got some damage on it.
I've
Looks like Mitch
added
spilled
it.
something.
I think you dropped
I've done that for next time. I've put it into my quick things on the bottom.
Quick thing.
You know, you've
Yeah,
got
on
the
the bottom.
1 to
Quick thing.
12, 1 to 12 on the bottom of the screen. You can
Oh, so
set
you
them
just
up.
Click that to roll 6.
Yeah, so I've done that for next time.
Oh, then that looks like that works. Because I saw
Yeah.
that roll. It was a 1, but I'll accept the 6 because Midge collaborated
Thank you very much.
the roll. And is that the end of your turn? And when you have another attack. Oh no, you missed the first one. So
I missed the first one.
Yeah, so that's the end of your turn.
It is, unfortunately, and I've moved, so I'm happy because I am racing after these two in case they try to escape. Even though I know where they're going.
All
They might
right.
try to abandon us in here.
Who knows? Arwan, your turn.
Alright. I am going to cast. Oh, that's invisibility at 3rd level on Isaac and Sedna.
Invisibility on Isaac and Sedna.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that. Can I target them?
You might be able
And
to. Yeah, you should be able to target both of them.
Isaac.
Yeah, you
and then,
target us.
and then hit the effect button.
And there they go. They're both.
Oh,
invisible.
okay.
Christ, I'm resistant to look at my level of effects.
Yeah, effects resistance, resist necrotic, radiant, -1, invisible, semicolon, concentration.
Right. That
Got a paragraph.
and then
Oh, where's my resistance to bludgeoning and everything? Is that already gone?
I think that's resistance.
Oh, is it like it? I think it's minimized itself in terms because there's so much text.
all right.
I think
and
resistance
then
is just that. That's what that means.
Yeah. You can have
Arwen's
specific
gonna
resistance.
run forward.
Okay, run forward then. All right, 25 feet.
Run forward.
Okay, run forward
It's a
then.
good thing someone has water walking because I don't know.
Barry's not here, is he?
Do I know I'm
No.
invisible?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you
I
know
know
you're
I'm
invisible.
Just going around unaware that no one else can see you. Hey guys, I'm right here. It's me.
Everyone is
I'm over
just under
here.
their skin like, what?
I don't know. I don't know if you feel the effect unless he says. So,
Yeah. you feel it because magic is coursing through you and bending light around you, and you can see. Also, like you can't like. Because here's the thing: you may not notice the fact that you can't see you may not notice the fact that you can see your nose because your mind blocks it out. But if it suddenly disappeared, it'd probably be very apparent.
Yeah,
Like
okay, fair.
immediately. Yeah.
The fact that you
So
just
you
pointed
have-
that out made me look.
And then I'm going to give
Well, you've already used an action to do your.
Dania a bardic inspiration.
Okay, you can do that with a bonus action.
That is a bonus action.
Okay then. You have a bardic inspiration, Ustenia. You hear the words of your former boss and now friend. So-
Former friend that was.
Your foss, if you will, or bend. Your bender.
The bend in the road
Your
is
bender.
that is our one.
Okay. I feel very inspired.
Question about invisibility.
Yes.
What breaks invisibility?
If
Is
they
it lesser
cast
or
or
greater?
attack.
If they
Just
cast
one.
or attack. Does it say if they already have something that does an attack that is previously cast? Is there anything that in the spell language? If there isn't, then I'm going to allow him to keep going as he is. But if there's something that says like anything, if you do damage to another creature, you lose invisibility, then that's going to affect things.
The
So
spell
specific
ends
language
for a
matters.
target that attacks or casts a spell. Does not say anything
It's
about
already been cast, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was checking the
Yeah.
language because if the language said if you do damage to another creature, then that would mean very different than if you attack a creature. That, yeah.
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 If
So-
one of them comes into your aura and gets damaged, it doesn't cause you to no longer be invisible. Is what Roach checked.
Damn it!
Shit.
All
see
right.
my notes again, though, so that's an
Sedna's
improvement.
turn. Sedna's turn. Sedna is invisible. So what's she going to do? She's invisible, so
Run.
yeah, she's gonna use her. She's gonna use her roguish abilities. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Use her bonus action to go 5, 10, 25, 30. And then I actually gotta double check. Bonus the bardic or not bardic the rogue thing. You can use that for dashing, right? For
Yes. There is a dash for rogues.
Yeah, is that I forget the actual name of the thing.
I don't know. I don't know if it's
Roguish or dashy,
specific.
isn't it?
I don't know if it's a specific rogue that gets that though.
That's what I'm checking. I'm checking that now.
Isn't it the specific rogues do specific things with sneak attack?
Yeah, they have a special action they get every round.
Yeah, and then
Cunning
like,
action.
trying to-
Cunning action.
Cunning action.
Cunning action is that, and the dash is a part of the cunning action normally.
Take the dash, disengage,
Okay.
disengage, or hide action.
Yep. So she's gonna go the rest of the way. So that's a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She is now at one of the. I don't have them marked here, but I'll guide you if you need to go to like one. But she's now at one of the valves. But she needs to make a strength check, which she can't do because that's an actual action. She's already used everything to get there, so she's done. Yeah, you just saw Sedna.
Actually,
No, we
nobody
didn't.
saw her do anything.
No,
Oh, you,
we
did, you
didn't.
didn't see it. You didn't see it. You just see the splashes. All right, and that's the end of her turn. So Bandit 1 or crew member 1, living member of crew.
A living member is probably
The dude who
best.
didn't get eaten.
He's going to go ahead and start. He's gonna edge away from creature 4. Actually, hold on. I'll make a roll for that. Somebody. What's the number between 1 and 10? Like, give me a number.
7.
I was gonna pick somebody because I
Oh.
need to know a specific one. Rival.
9.
Okay, he goes up. So he's going to edge around creature 4. Up that way. 5, 10, and then immediately incur an attack of opportunity from creature 1.
Yep, I was just like, yeah, he's gonna walk into one of these
Because
things. Waterline.
they held their action to attack.
This poor crew member, he's going to be dead.
Dead.
What was an invasion-based contact though?
He was holding an action for somebody to cross over, and he's gonna do an attack out of the water.
Can they just attack straight up and move? Because he was enough down to avoid.
He was down low, and he has enough distance. Yes. He has enough.
Well, you can but that's 2 things. He's holding 2 things there: the movement and.
No,
the
he has
attack.
enough distance to. He has reach. That's what I'm saying.
Because they're large
Enough to have been
It's-
20 feet down and still reach up.
It wasn't 20 feet down. He was still 5 feet within your range of your thing, and he was 10 feet. He
Originally.
was
Yeah,
he
which and that's
he
a
was
15
10
foot
feet.
radius.
15-foot
10.
radius, which goes down an extra 5, which loses 5 feet for every 5 feet down they go. Like we said with your flying thing, so he's fine.
Okay.
I have it worked out. I have the
He's
3D
done
cross
the
section
math.
worked out. I've
He's
done the math.
somehow.
Done the math. The creature was waiting for something to cross, and because Rival chose that number,
So it's my fault. He's saying it's my fault.
it's
Okay,
potentially
we
your
don't
fault.
blame.
I mean, who knows? He could roll a 1 again.
Yeah.
We don't blame you, Rivallon.
We don't most of the
There's
time.
I mean,
stupid
this guy might.
NPCs.
This
This
guy
guy
might.
He might not have a
If so,
chance
this-
to.
If so, this bandit is the luckiest bandit ever because he's the one that survived the first time round as well.
Exactly. So I'm gonna roll. And that was a 2.
Oh my god, he's alive! We need to make sure this bandit survives the combat, everybody.
So
He
so
shall
he's
be our tank.
so he's got his like he's got like a little short. Oh no, he's actually got a crossbow. So he's got a little crossbow. And, he goes like, and he starts like edging around, and he goes around, and then and he ducks, and the thing just misses and goes back into the water. And
I
he's
will
still
call
got his
him lucky.
movement. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then he's going to shoot at creature 1 because what else is he gonna do? Let's be honest here. So crossbow. That's a miss. Damn it. Close though. And that's the end of his turn. He didn't
Good thing we
die.
weren't expecting much from these crewmans.
And he's dead, so crewman 2's gone. Okay, and now it's actually Serpent 1's turn, so... What is Serpent 1 going to do? Fuck it. It's gonna move up that way, and then get, because he can, right there, and he's gonna go for Bandit 2 again, because...
He's annoyed now.
He's annoyed. He sees a morsel, he wants it dead. So... Let's see here.
He just really wants his.
Okay, I was a
goddamn
5.
green ice
I rolled a 5.
Only
plus
just
7, which hits.
Wow.
Because I think what's a bandit got? Yeah, it just met
12
the
AC.
AC. It's 12.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 12. Though I don't think he's gonna live though, because I know what damage I'm rolling here. So
Oh yeah.
Rips it.
oh, yeah, he's
homie.
super dead.
Rip.
Bye, Lucky.
16. Yeah. So Sasha,
Lucky.
You're as you're looking around, you're keeping an eye on the battle. You see this crewman come by, you fire his crossbow, and as he's in the middle of reloading, you see he looks up from his reloading just in time for the maul of a creature to come into your view and just like hit him and then bring him down. Just like-
I guess you could say his luck ran out.
Oh.
Oh, that's bad.
You know, I was looking at Amazon Prime and I saw there were mirrored aviators for like $6
Yeah.
on there, and I was like, ooh, do I want it? Do I want it?
Yeah! Sorry. There we go. Done.
Thank you.
Yep.
For those
So
listening at
that's
home, I just put on winged aviators, or whatever they are. Mirrored aviators.
Married. Winged?
What
Yeah.
is it?
Winged?
It was like
Damn it. Okay,
spendy
so
showgirl glasses.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
just tossed
So
my
that's the end
headphones. We broke
of
them,
that's the end of
so-
his turn.
Nico.
So now we go to 2.
Did it start its turn in my radius?
No.
No,
Okay.
and
just
it's still
checking.
not in your turn yet. It's just outside of it. Bandit's just inside. It's just outside because remember it's 10 feet
No,
linear
I'm
now.
talking about number 2.
Number 2. Oh, number 2. That's
It's,
let's see.
it's specifically.
Oh, I thought.
start-
Hold on. I have to actually check.
Yeah.
Actually check
It's-
because he's
it's
he's just below the surface, so it might. But no, it's 10 feet. We said 10 feet, so so 5, 10. No, it's
Basic-
just outside. It's
Okay, well,
just
it's-
outside.
It's start
Yeah.
turn. Let me reread what the.
Because if it goes into its, what is it? If it goes in, just check. I don't know if it will or not. I've been rolling to see what looks the most appetizing to them. So
Well, I'm invisible, so it can't see me.
exactly. So
Thanks, guys. Just abandon me,
Stay
leave
away
me to
from the
die.
Dragonborn. You do not wish
I'm
to eat
right
your own
next
people.
to you.
you literally have a friend right next to you.
Don't care.
The Dragonborn is just over here, like, please don't eat me. I am also your your.
When it
your
enters the
species."
area for the first time on a turn, or starts the turn there.
Okay, so it can. So now that it's because it was in there once before, already, because it got hit. 2 of them got hit, and that was both of them, or was that right? Or was it the
It just
one
says
in the?
enters the area.
No,
for
I
the
mean,
first
was it
time.
creature 1 and creature 3, or was it creature 1 and 2 that got? Because 2 of the creatures got hit by the radius on the first time. So I'm trying to make sure. I think it was both northern.
1
ones.
and 2 have definitely been here. 3 hasn't.
Okay.
been, So.
Okay, so the one to the south is if he goes into it for the first time, he can still be hit. But now both of those guys, unless they start their turn in there, they're fine. So
I'm. If that's how that works, because it just says.
if it says
creature
start their
when it enters the area for the first time.
yeah, so now it's just
Yeah.
if they start their turn
Yeah,
in
on
there.
a first
Yeah.
time on a turn.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no.
You're yeah. So okay. Well, Bandit 2.
I'm
or
just trying
Crewman
to
2.
understand D&D language, because D&D language is like never clear.
It's lawyer. It's lawyer talk. It's lawyer.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's lawyer talk.
Legally.
Which means it's open to interpretation even when it's right.
Exactly. So let's see here.
Phoenix,
Crewman
right?
Lucky is dead, so he's no longer an option for this guy to find appetizing. Isaac's not viewable; he can't be seen, so that.
And I'm
cuts
flying.
back. Yeah, it doesn't mean they they might try. They might still try. They're not smart.
Just dolphin just
They're
eats
not.
you.
It's you ever seen like a bass that sees something it wants to eat and it's just it keeps trying at it. It can't get it.
Yeah.
Leaps out of the
Basically that.
water, suffocates on
Yeah.
the way down.
So that means it's got a. Okay, well, I know who's going for now. That's 5,
This is where we all look at the screens, like, and on this day,
15,
blank knew
breach.
they fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a toss between Sash and him, and it was weighted towards him because it can't really get past.
If it was near me, however, remember it had slower movement.
Yeah, no, it was still outside. It was.
Okay,
That's what I
I'm-
mean. It was just
I'm-
outside the radius at the time, because it's 10 feet. It was about 50. It was 15 out. So yeah, you were close though, because it was just below the water, and
Yeah.
if you were still on the
About
water
1
surface, it
point,
actually
yeah.
would have done it. But okay, so it's going after R1 and attack.
It's gonna bite him.
What is it with my rolls?
Thank
What
fuck
the
for that.
fuck?
That's all. Hey, all we're gonna say is, Roach, is that we're grateful that it's the 2 bandits who got bitten and not
No,
us.
you just have to remember R1 is lucky.
Yeah. Up.
Fucking hell! That was a 3. I've rolled so far. I've rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3 in these combats.
Well, you've rolled pretty well against the bandits. So.
Well,
No, I missed one bandit twice. And that's the end of his turn because he's got nothing else to do because they only get 1 attack. And I haven't rolled what I need to roll to get a crit on these guys.
You rolled it.
God
You
damn
rolled well.
We don't need you to get crit either.
Twice in a row. I think.
I want a crit so I can see this happen.
I want
All
you to
right.
crit against Bonla just because it'd be hilarious for him to just knock you.
Well, funny you should say because because the creature south, that's all it sees, so it's going back out. So 5, 10, and breach. Target Bonla, and it goes after Bonla. So Bonla, and then just out of the side, jaws thing coming out, and it's,
Because I need
let's
to
see.
think about.
Yeah. Hey! Haha! Crit! Because it crits on a 18, 19, and 20.
Yep. I'm so sorry,
I'm just gonna
Bonla.
critical hit is of attack rolls. Let's see. Yes.
Bonla, I think you're dead,
Problem,
bud.
I gotta double check. Let's see here. It doesn't say that actually it doesn't. It just says it crit for this purpose, so I don't think it actually counts as double damage. I think it's just the effect happened. I'm not sure.
If it says crit for this purpose, it means you get the critical,
Okay. well,
which is double the dice.
that is true.
And that purpose, yeah. Because it means that roll is critical.
That is true. So let's do the damage first.
It's been good knowing you, Bonla.
Oh,
Okay, that's 21 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
I
though
mean, he
he's
has
been on-
100. He has 112 HP. I
And
think
he has
gonna
yet
need
to be
some
hit.
Flex tape.
He's yet to be hit. It's
Give
gonna
me
be-
flex tape.
I put up
All
a
right.
flex tape line.
Bonla's gonna make a Constitution saving throw. I wonder if he'll make it, guys. Yeah, that's a +6. +6 to a 14.
I don't think he
He
can
succeeds.
lose a Constitution saving throw, can he?
He can, yeah.
Is
he
it
can
crit
roll
fails?
Well, it's a 14, so he's got a +6, so he'd have to roll like a.
Eight.
He'd have to roll in the single digits, low single
yeah,
digits
yeah.
to fail.
7
Yeah,
left.
to get
Yeah.
poisoned.
Low. Yeah, we had to roll
Seven.
But-
He has a
more than 35% chance.
65% chance to not be poisoned.
That's pretty good. I'll take that.
Yeah. God, I wish
Okay.
everything in D&D was 50-50.
Yeah, that'd be great. So what you see happen is the creature breaches and Bonla raises up his arm to block the creature coming in, and it sinks its long, fanged maw into the arm, and Bonla is now impaled and connected to the creature. So now he gets the effect grappled.
Yeah.
Pull him
he's got,
under.
like- Is it tibia, fibia? Is that the two bones in the forearm?
Yeah,
He
it's
just got
like
one
in
of those,
between those. Like yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he just
sunk
got
in.
he just got pinned right there.
Yeah, and so there now that's in there. He's grappled, and that means let's see here. It did not move, and it's by grappling that means it can move half speed, if I recall correctly for the grapple. Still be fine. Double check that.
I don't know why, but I just imagine Bonla just ripping this thing's fang out of its mouth, just grabbing
mean,
his
that-
own arm and ripping
it's
it
an
out of its
option.
mouth.
Taking his axe, just cutting the fang off, like.
Yeah. Like
Okay,
the.
it says that its speed, the
right.
grapple creature's speed is 0, but it doesn't say anything about being moved by the creature imparting the grapple. But I'm gonna say it can. I don't.
Yeah.
I think that would make the most sense, but I'm gonna impose a half movement speed penalty. 'Cause I think that makes sense. But I'll double check. Cause
Yeah, it'd be the same as a
rules-
dragging, because especially as Bonla would be trying to resist. That
Oh
makes
yeah,
sense.
oh yeah, he's not going along with this.
He's like,
Uh,
no, I don't like this. I'm good, thanks.
Sea serpent, sea serpent, sea serpent. 201. I'm gonna double check the actual words in the rule book because sometimes things are in the rule book that aren't on the Fantasy Grounds entry. That's happened before. Okay, it doesn't say anything, but okay, I'm gonna say he's gonna get 2. He's just gonna be attached to the creature, and that means he breached. He had 10 feet. No, he moved 10 feet, so he still has 20 feet of movement. So he gets 10 more feet of movement, and he's dragging Bonla out. 5, 10, and you see Bonla getting dragged into. Well, he's still on the water because he's
Yeah.
he's still got water walk, but he's being pulled along the water as this creature, much larger than him, is just like, is still got its whole maw around his arm, and you can just see it pulling along. So, and that's the end of that one's turn.
Well, bye bye, Bonlo.
4.
Oh, yeah.
Sea Serpent 4 is going to see another living creature that looks like it's got more meat on them bones. And go ahead and try and hit Ustenia.
Them bones, need calcium.
23 to hit, which hits.
Jeez.
Yikes.
That's 20 damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he resists partly, so that's not too bad.
He resists the piercing damage that he takes, but that was
the poison.
10
Yeah,
poison.
the poison,
That was 10
yeah.
poison damage.
Just a big old shit ton of poison
So
damage.
you
that
took.
fucks
So
you
you
up.
took. So that means you grand total you only took 15 out of that because you took 10 piercing, 10 poison. It was actually very equal. Interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it does look like you only took 15 damage because you have not been hit yet in this combat. You need to make a Constitution saving throw. Let's see what that is. You failed because you rolled a 2 plus 5,
Ugh.
It's a rip,
which means you now have the poisoned effect on you.
which I believe gives you disadvantage on attack rolls, correct?
I will double check that because I have the
I
Game
love-
Master screen.
I love how many effects me and Ustinia are collecting.
It's collecting all these effects.
Yeah,
See,
you have
it has,
you have a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks while poisoned. So keep that in mind.
So would that mean if he was
Okay.
making a strength or strength save, strength check or strength save, he just roll a flat because he's on rage right now? Because that gives him
Yes.
advantage of those things.
Yes, and you're poisoned for 2 turns, or 2 rounds. So keep that in mind.
2, yeah.
Yeah, 2. Dose.
Is that this one and next one, or like this one is included before the?
It's
duration?
like this one will be the start of the first round he's poisoned,
Ah.
and then he'll have
Next
another
one
one
is
that'll
the-
be poisoned, and then when it gets to the creature's, once it gets, it's 2 turns away from this creature's turns. Like it
Yes,
starts where
yes,
he got
yes,
hit.
yes.
So yeah, that's how that works. Okay, so that's the end of 4's turn. I have to make a roll for unrelated reasons.
See
Can't
how many
see that.
wake up.
Okay, that was a low roll, which is good for you.
You still
Apparently.
haven't mentioned like shit happening here, Isaac. Please tell me there's shit waking up.
I don't know if I see
And-
that.
You did.
Ustenia.
Remember,
Ooh. Said it
Roach
generally.
mentioned that when you failed.
That's how
your
you
attack,
missed
you saw
your-
things moving. Yeah, you saw,
things moving in the dark down below.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I was like, tell me, please, so I can stop this shit from happening.
Too late now. Ustenia, go ahead. It's your turn.
I will hack and slash into this foul beast that had bitten me.
You will
Yes.
rip and tear, as they say.
Oh shit, wrong thing. Undo that. Sorry, I
That's-
pressed the wrong one.
that's- Hold on a second. Hold on a second before you do anything. That's a hit. We'll keep that.
Ooh.
We'll keep that. That's the damage you rolled for that hit.
Yep.
So we'll just
You
go.
dropped to 20.
Yeah.
You're all done.
Glad I had that.
Oh.
Miss.
So sad.
Oh, miss. So he rolled
What'd
a.
you drop on
So
that one? You dropped
for
a
the
six?
people listening, he rolled a 12 and a 20 on his first attack, plus 7, so that was 19 he hit, and then he rolled a 6 and 17 with his second attack, and got a 13 total on that one, which missed.
Rip the homie.
So a grand total of 9 damage done, which is something. It's something. By
Yeah.
the way, of the creatures that you see, which is all of them, 3 of them are
We can
yeah,
tell
3
there's
of
the
them are
little orange
bloodied. Yeah, 3 of them are bloodied. The one that Ustenia is fighting is not bloodied.
Yeah.
So that's what you see. Is that going to be the end of your turn, Ustenia?
Can I use a bonus action to drink a potion of healing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's by the way, that's a house rule because for everybody listening, usually according to the rules, it's an action for healing potions. But I like Matt Mercer's method of using bonus actions. I think that works.
It makes sense.
Right.
It wouldn't take you a
Where's the
whole
thing to do the thing? How much is a potion of healing again?
2d4.
It should say it if you like click the dragon on the item. It should like blow it up and
Oh.
tell you everything about
You
it.
should be able to click the little microscope thing and hit heal, and it should.
Magnifying glass.
It's an item.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. There you go. So go ahead and roll that.
How do I do that?
You can put a modifier in the bottom box, like there's a little modifier thing. Put 2 in that, and then pick up a D4. Right click to get 2 of them, and just toss that into the box. There you go. So you heal 6. So give yourself go down to 9 HP loss total.
Very good.
There we go.
Nicely
Okay.
done.
Is that the end of your turn? 'Cause you still have movement.
No, I'm going to save it.
Okay then. Isaac.
Right,
Your
can you move me?
Sure.
Now,
I was just
if I
about to
remember correctly now from the spell,
Yes, he is. He will take a so target him and do the thing.
yeah.
You're a fucking metagaming piece of shit.
It's not metagaming, but also
I know it's not metagaming, but I'm.
Isaac knows what his spell does.
I know.
But also, it means that he'll have a much harder time trying to pull him down because it's even lessened movement speed.
It's true.
It's
Well, he'd have a hard
half.
time already because he'd have to make an opposed strength check against Ustenia, who has a fucking
You mean Bonla?
massive
On
bond.
I'm just trying to help Bonla as much as possible here.
That's okay. I'm good with that. It failed.
It
That
will
was a 10.
take
13 damage.
13
Which-
radiant damage.
Nice.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt.
Well
It's
done.
bloody. Well, it's been
And
bloodied, but it hurt.
I
It's hurt a
will
lot.
not do anything else because I don't want to become uninvisible while I'm floating over the fucking water.
By the way, I should have said this at the end of the Fang Serpent's block of turns. The water level now has gone up to the point where it's about a foot above the path in terms of how high
Okay.
the water is.
Is it
It's
6 inches
rushing.
a turn or 3 inches every turn?
It varies. I'm rolling
Yeah.
dice, so it varies.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You're like,
Yeah,
so you-
it
also
goes
just-
up 2 inches. this
Roach,
time.
also just note if there are any others that have just also entered the area that I need to target them.
No, none of them. No, they're fine.
Okay, no worries.
they're-
And if they do, let me know. And also if any start their turn here, clearly, you know.
I have certain points they come up in. Don't worry.
Yeah,
If there are certain others that might come in, who knows?
It's
Who
fine.
knows?
This is where all of the people who are
I will
vaping
say
are
the
like,
water looks like you ever seen piranhas with like a skull going into the water? Like some
Hungry
bits
block.
of this pool are starting to go like kind of bubbles and
Yeah,
stuff.
and I will let them know that there's more of them
Yeah,
underneath
because
the water.
yeah, you definitely see there's more of them.
But now that I'm
light.
flying over the water, like
Oh yeah, give me a perception
Oh,
check. Give me a perception check. Go ahead, because you
Okay.
haven't done anything else. Give me a perception check. That's what I want to do there.
because I've technically not used an action yet, have I?
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Would,
that's why I'm
would
getting
this
to
count as my action?
Yes, it would. Because if you're
I'm
wanting,
just
yeah, 'cause-
wondering if I should move closer to Bonla.
Maybe you should move towards the valves. Just
Which
you know,
am I? Well, yeah, I could do, but I want to keep Bonla in. So if I go to
There's
Bottle
nothing we
the
can
one-
do for him. As soon as we lower the water, he's dead anyways.
he can walk. He's on water.
I mean, yeah,
Whatever.
you're not wrong.
That's true. Either way,
technically
it's
it
up
does
to
count as,
you. It's up to
a
you, Isaac.
if I move, yeah, I'm not gonna perception. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Can you
You're not
move
gonna
me to
percep-
there, and then I'm gonna move again because that's not my full movement.
10. There's a way of stringing together movement. I've seen Rival
Oh yeah,
do
I've
it.
just done it.
Control? I think.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
You just grab the little square.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you've moved, kind of gone around.
Not
You
that
could have
you
gone
asked-
over. Could have gone just over the creature.
I didn't want to because they've got reach. I didn't want to.
They do have reach. Well,
Well,
they do have
actually, they
reach,
can't see
but
me,
he's
so
he can't. I can't see you.
fuck.
Also, it's got Bonla in its mouth.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
sort of distracted, you know, kind of a
Yeah.
little. Just a small
But
bit.
that's the end of your turn. So now we can go to Sesh's turn. Sesh, what do you want to do? There's a creature right in front of you that tried attacking you. Go on. I don't know if you're just being very still or if you're frozen.
And
I think he's frozen.
Utari, don't forget you have Bardic Inspiration you can add to an attack roll.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Oh yeah, you probably could have. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
It's a D8 now.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that this? Is that the?
Mikey's moving.
There, you're back, Mike. You're back.
That was
Mikey.
weird.
Yeah.
You guys literally did not change at all. I was talking normally like nothing had happened, and I could hear every word of that. But let's move on. Okay, so
do
I
you wanna do?
dispel light as a
Okay.
free or bonus, whatever you want to count it as.
Yeah, it's free. It's a free action. You
Okay.
yeah.
And I will. Okay, so spiritual weapon is a bonus action to move and attack, or it counts as an action for me to use it as an attack.
It should.
I believe
it
it's
says
bonus
here
action.
as a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against the creature within 5 feet of it.
Yeah.
So it's a bonus action now.
Yeah.
Spiritual weapons is
Okay.
great because it's one of the only bonus action everything spells in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move the weapon 20 feet to. Okay, that.
It does not. It does not get bonuses for being flanking. It is not a creature. I'm just gonna point
But
out.
Yusinia will. So.
No,
No.
it
No,
won't.
it doesn't.
It does
it
not.
Doesn't,
It does not. You can look at the spell. It actually, I think, pretty
It
sure it
doesn't-
says that in the spell.
it doesn't.
says,
It doesn't.
Yeah, spirit weapons, they're like an attack thing. They're not really.
Yes, you can't. They can't.
It does not
an attack.
mention anything about flanking in here.
I think it's in an errata, but we checked it because we had a cleric in one of our previous games.
We've had a
yeah.
basically
it's-
the
I'm gonna move it
idea
anyways
is
because fuck it, why not?
the idea with spiritual weapons is they're only forms to attack.
It's just it's
So-
ethereal other than
and
that.
it's
'Cause
ethereal,
it can't
so it
take
doesn't-
damage. It doesn't have attack of
That's why you can
opportunity.
also technically stand in the same tile as it.
Oh, okay, that's fair then. But yeah, I'll move it
So-
to that. I'll move it. I wanted to move it around the corner behind the animal, the creature anyway. But you
Alright,
know,
there you
yeah, it
Yeah.
it's fine.
go. Fine.
It can't be
you do
hit either, so
Yeah.
I will
So
then
go ahead and,
move an attack action for it because it'll repeat the attack essentially for
Yep.
free.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeet.
What are you eating, Midge? Because it is obnoxiously crunchy.
Big crunch.
I don't know what it is, so I want to know what it is because I need to know if I'm hungry for it.
Ah,
Oh, it's a one. That's shitty.
anyone in the
Oh,
UK want to answer him?
What's that?
Pork
it's,
scratchings.
No, it's Yorkshire pie.
Yorkshire puddings.
He always eats Yorkshire
Yorkshire
pudding.
pudding.
That's all he ever eats.
He's a
He's gonna catch
hungry
up one
boy.
of these days.
The Yorkshire
I
pudding
feel
is actually
way.
just made out of. They're actually
I
just made out
encountered a
of
new
coconut.
condiment this week, and I feel way too American. I think you might know this, Crimson. I'm not sure if it's if it's caught on like over on the East Coast and the South, but I feel way too American eating it. It's you ever have fry sauce before, like at a restaurant? It's like fry. It's basically ketchup and mayo that's mixed together and
Right.
do everything like that. They now sell that. Like
Yeah.
Heinz
Oh.
sells.
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mayo chop.
that's yeah.
Mayo chop. Yeah, mayo chop. I feel I've got that now, and I'm just like, it's really good with fries, but I feel bad with this on my plate.
Art is actually saying you shouldn't eat this, but I want it anyway.
Yeah, it's just everything. Because usually I just have ranch with a lot of things because I'm from the Midwest, and that's kind of
Your thing.
that's what we do.
Ranch.
Yeah.
It's your
Ranch.
thing.
You
Is
live
that
in your
the
rant
end?
ranch?
Are you gonna attack, or because you still have an action? in your
I'm
movement.
switching my target from. Well, my target is not creature 4 because
It's
obviously
1.
it's not within my range. Um,
It's the one that's
so
attacking. That's your target.
yeah,
to
creature
attack.
1. Well, he didn't attack me. He attacked the poor dead bastard next.
No, he tried attacking you this last round. No, he didn't. No, never mind. He didn't. No, I was thinking of. I was getting
That's
that one
next.
mixed up. With, yeah,
Ne-
it's next.
next
don't worry.
round.
Don't worry. Go ahead and attack him if you want. I feel so bad. Mayo Chop. That's the worst name.
Oh, see, there's a company that makes something called fry sauce. That's the same thing.
Yeah, no. I've made it before, like physically, but Mayo Chop is much more.
Mayo chop is better
solid.
than Mayo
Yeah,
chop is better than ketchup mayonnaise.
Catch.
No, I know, but
guess
there's a
so.
company that
Yeah.
sells it's like a bottle of fry
Fry sauce.
sauce. That's
Yeah,
what it says.
no,
Yeah.
it's essentially the same concept, except Mayo Chop's far more thick than actual fry sauce. Fry sauce is more, it's more liquidy to it,
Oh.
and
got a different-
yeah,
I don't like mayo, so I don't eat it ever.
Oh, no,
Are you sure
I'm
you
okay
like
with mayo.
crimson? Because you know,
No, I'm not. Apparently,
No, I agree. I don't eat mayo either.
I put
Well, not
sauerkraut
straight
on
out of the
everything.
jar. What are you?
what are you, an animal?
It's
What
a
are-
thing
what
that
are
goes
you,
on other
dude?
things.
No, I don't like it on anything. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't know.
I don't know,
That hits. So Sesh got a 24 on that attack. Hit the creature and did 7 damage to it with her warhammer bludgeoning.
With her big fuck
Uh,
off warhammer.
Yeah, it's at the end of your
Nice.
turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Botluck, come on, buddy.
Bonla immediately takes 9 damage because he started his turn inside the maw of the creature. So what is he gonna do? He could just
Is he
try
gonna stab it.
Well, he could just attack. That's the thing. He could just attack the creature and just start, or he could try doing opposed strength to break the ground.
Is he under the water right now?
No.
No, he's still on top. That's the thing.
Oh,
He's still
okay.
got water walk, so he's like,
Right.
it's trying to bring
Okay.
him down, and the creature doesn't understand that that's not happening. So it's just
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because water when you're
Yeah.
using water walk counts as being solid ground. So it's
Right,
literally
yeah,
like
yeah.
trying to drag. It's like trying to drag him through stone.
Concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
It
Good
can,
thing I
but
prepared that today.
it's semi like that though. He can still be if it succeeds a high enough on its on its roll, it can bring him down through it.
Yeah.
It's
If
just
he slipped and it dragged him
Yeah.
down sideways, he would go down.
yeah. It just depends. Yeah. So he's
Yeah, it needs to have the
uh,
strength to pull him over, basically.
Yeah.
Hack it to pieces.
Bonla's gonna just attack.
Yeah.
I think
He's probably
I think-
seen the damage I just did to it as well. Sees that it's hurting.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
herd.
he's just gonna go. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna try going for it.
Hit it with his
Because he
big
can't
fuck off
move.
axe.
So let's
Doesn't
go
have the
ahead.
edges, you know.
Yep. So he does 25 to hit.
Wow.
Yep. And he rolled pretty mediocre, to only 10 damage. How many? He gets
He gets a second attack.
He gets
doesn't
3 attacks, doesn't he?
he gets
Three.
3 melee, two ranged, but that's only if he had 2 ranged weapons. He only
He only has
his-
the
the one collapsible spear.
Which is in the creature.
Yeah,
And he's currently in.
it's a good point. Does he use his bonus action to just pick the spear?
I
I'm
would.
gonna take this real quick, just if you don't mind.
He's not going to use his bonus action anywhere else.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Yeah, he'll take. Yeah, okay. So he retrieves his spear with one, and then goes and does the other 2 attacks he has. So let's see. What
I
he
don't.
hit.
Just Bond being like
23 to
"Excuse me, I
hit. I'm
need
just going to
that."
do both attacks and then do both
Yeah.
damage. So that's 1
Yeah.
hit, and that's another hit. So he's got 2 hits
Oh,
out of that.
cool. Well done, Bond.
That's good. Just going to double check here. He's using 2 hands. So I've been misrolling that. He's using. Well, no, he's not, because 1 hand's in there. So I've been using it correctly. Because he has
One
a
hand is
it's-
being pinned. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he has 1 hand, which is 2d6, and he has a 2 hand, which is 2d8. So that's
Yeah, that's fair.
his damage roll. So let's go ahead and do this one. So first
Versatile,
hit
yo.
does 10 damage again.
Nice.
The second one.
This thing needs to die already. God damn it.
11
It's
damage.
dead.
Yeah,
killed
it's
it.
dead.
Thank God.
Bonla with the yell of the orcish ancestry just starts wailing into this creature's head, using his arm to hold it still to get hits in between the eyes. And he's carving into it with the axe. Just hit, 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 and he finally gets through the skull plate, and you just see the creature wriggle and slack, and he's no longer grappled by this thing at that point. He now has I just gotta get the effect off of him.
I just want
He's
to point
now-
out, if he had rolled 1 more point extra damage on that second attack, he would have killed it.
On that first, yeah.
On the
Yeah.
second attack, because he
Yeah.
it's
Exceeded by 10
your
points.
by 10, yeah. So if it does
Yeah.
1 more damage, yeah.
Yep.
Damn
So
it,
that's
Bonza. You're so good.
Yeah.
At the same time.
he took a lot of damage in that from that creature. So that's going to be the end of his. Well, no. He has his movement. He's no longer
Yeah.
grappled. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's trying to get that way, and that's the end of his turn. Rivallon.
Okay. Move me to there,
Finally your
please.
turn.
Yeah, I
Alright.
know, but
Are you trying to make a sprint to the valves? I can tell you where the
sort
valve
of.
is.
sort of, kind of trying to help Bonla and Sedna and keep them covered and whatnot.
Thanks, appreciate it.
It's all right, no problems. You can't get hit anyway, apparently.
I'm just over here trying to fight
Sorry.
this thing by myself. He is,
I'm
Ian
tired
just
of these
sitting here just over here
motherfucking
fighting
serpents. This motherfucking dungeon.
Okay.
I'm motherfucking tired of these motherfucking giant snakes.
They're dragons.
So,
just swears.
so you're wanting to keep them covered, because you can do that by using holding an action and saying if anything gets within X amount of distance
I know.
of one of
I
them.
know.
He's an
I
archer.
just
He
want-
could hit everything on the screen still.
Yes,
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just going with what he described. I'm just telling it. You could do that.
I know, because I did that before. And then you decided
yeah.
you were going to make all the other dragons come up the other side where I wasn't
They
looking.
just
Thank
did.
you very much.
You can-
you made that decision. Don't go down that road.
All right. Let's
alright.
continue on.
Slapping
Jesus
each other.
Christ. Come on, ladies.
Break it
You're
up!
both
Break it
beautiful,
up!
okay? You're both beautiful, okay? Just calm down.
Oh,
Didn't hit anything anyway.
oh wow. To be fair, you're not rolling too well today. Like,
No.
Also, these creatures have an absurdly high AC.
Doesn't make a difference. I can't hit anything with those.
No, 14. You could hit a lot of things with that. There's,
You would have hit the
Almost
bandits.
hit me.
yeah.
Oh,
you
for
would hit
God's
me.
sake, I'd hit everything with the
You-
bandits.
You could hit me if I haven't put my stone up or if I don't shield.
That's true.
My
You
base
could
AC is 14.
You would have hit Bonla
You would do.
if he didn't have his he has a bonus to that. His base AC you would have hit him in, but he has a special thing on him. So don't worry about that.
It's not magical though, because we know it's not magical. Because we've seen a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
not
reviews
magical.
and-
He just has some extra stuff on him. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
I got nothing else I can do.
Okay, well, you could move your hunter's mark if you wanted to.
No point, because the weird serpent things will disappear in a second.
Which one is it on though?
It's on the one next to Stenia. Right.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm asking you, is it the one on Stenia or is it the one that Isaac just killed?
It was on the one that Isaac just killed, but don't worry.
Okay, so
Well,
then you
then
can
I'll
use
move it
that-
later.
No, you have to move it this turn. 'Cause it
Yeah,
dies.
if it's not on anything, it goes away.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I can hold it for an hour.
No. But if the creature is
Yeah,
dead, it goes away if you don't move it.
Yeah, it has to be on something though for that hour. So, if I
Then why would I be able to hold it for 24 hours when I get up to like level 14?
Because you're
Because
tracking.
you're
it's
you're
so you
putting
can
it on
track
something.
that animal.
You can
that
track
creature.
it if it's on there. If it dies though, you lose it.
All right, I'll put it on Serpent Fang 2.
What is it called? It's Hunter's Mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell is it? Hunter's Mark.
Missed.
I'm trying to find it.
And the sea serpents were confused when
Hunter's Mark. There we go.
Sesh
If the
disappeared.
target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you
She
can use a
pulls out
bonus
a vape and
action
just
on a subsequent turn of yours to mark a new
vanishes.
creature.
Okay, no, we're wrong. We're wrong. It doesn't go
Oh.
away. It does. The way it reads, though, it doesn't say it goes away after that. It just says you can move it as a bonus action on a subsequent turn. It
But
doesn't
that's
say it
if
goes
you
away after
kill
a
it.
subsequent turn.
It seems like that's if you kill it.
No, I'm gonna say with the
Alright.
way it reads,
Okay.
it doesn't
No,
go
that's fine.
away. Because if you read a lot of these spells, normally it tells us that's the case.
Yeah.
If it
It's
is
like if that thing is
so,
dead, you no longer have that
Yeah.
spell effect, sort of thing.
yeah. So if you want to use a bonus action now, you can just. You can
Yeah,
just
fine. I'll
move
put it on Serpent 2 like I was going to.
Okay. All right. This is
And
good.
then I'll go back to
we
sleep
need to know
over here
this
for the
anyway.
next 40 minutes.
I mean, it doesn't really cost you anything anyway, to be fair. You
That's
just move
true.
it as a bonus action.
Oh, that's
that's the end
really
of
cool.
your turn. So now we go to R1.
I am
Mitch
going
is,
to
Mitch is playing with his
give-
legs again.
No.
Um,
I'm reading an article. Oh
Oh.
boy. I'll
uh,
talk about this in the break to you guys.
I'm going to give what's her name? Sedna. Bardic wait, can I have multiple Bardic inspirations
Yes.
out? Okay.
It's non-concentration.
Right, yeah,
It's
yeah.
something you give.
I'm going to give Sedna a Bardic
A
inspiration.
D8. Okay.
You got this. You got this,
I'd
Sedna.
help with that strength check she might have to make in a few seconds.
That's the
Yeah,
point.
she's not good at those.
And then
Get over here! I need you.
I'm gonna beat on this serpent that's trying to bite me.
All right, beat off your snake. Yes.
Yep.
Your one-eyed serpent.
Short sword +1.
Your poison-fanged serpent.
That hits.
That hits. So
It's a medical condition, okay, Mitch?
That was a pretty bad roll for damage, though. But it's
yeah.
not your strong suit.
And then my other short sword.
Oh,
That one
wow.
hit,
That hits
and,
again.
take more pain.
That's
That's
a lot
not
better
bad.
damage.
That's not bad. Oh no, it's not bad.
And that's my turn.
Okay then. Wait, don't you have a bonus when you use your
No,
bonus action
Bardic,
for the
yeah.
Bardic Inspiration? Okay. Yeah. It really does hamper your damage output when you do a Bardic Inspiration, doesn't it?
Especially if I don't use the Bardic inspiration on myself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're not spec'd for external.
No,
help,
I'm
really.
spec'd
You're
for
spec'd
internal.
Internal, yeah.
He's spec for internal buffing, not external buffing.
Yeah,
He's
that
a
sucks.
DPS bard rather than a utility bard.
That's true. I'm used to. I'm used to. Oh my god, why can't I remember the character's name,
Artlocks.
Mitch? Artlocks. Jesus.
Mitch's face.
Oh my god.
Mitch's face
It's
is
I
been,
played that
right now.
character. For
it's
2.5
been more than a. Yeah, but it's been almost a year and a half since we played him.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, we've been playing this campaign for more than a year.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This-
you're not wrong there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. And since
Yeah.
then, I've also had. I can't
Multiple.
remember his name. The one with the
Uh,
dog.
The rate
Didn't
we're
this game
going, this
also have,
campaign.
like,
Oh,
a pretty big gap.
Right.
Like, didn't you guys like not play this game for a little while?
No, we had a game. We had the
We
first.
had
What were
we
you
had
saying, Utari?
I was about to say, the rate this is going, this campaign's going to last long enough for me to have a bloody another kid.
Okay, so Sedna is at the valve, so she needs to make a strength check to get it moving because it is
He's like, I feel flexing right
it
now.
is semi-rusted
Fuck.
with the salt air.
Damn, that's fair.
So she gets a bardic inspiration. It's a D8, right? Okay.
Yep.
D8. So she makes a strength.
Quick
check.
question. Can you roll Bardic Inspiration after you roll? So you roll the
It-
dice.
Yes.
As long as, yeah. I mean,
Well,
And
she's poisoned.
yeah.
That goes away at the end of this turn. So she rolled a 1. So she's not going to use the bardic inspiration. She rolled a 14 and a 1. Took the 1, obviously, because she's poisoned.
poison.
Yeah. So that, yeah, that's all she really has.
Cuts
She
herself
does
on the
her
rust or something.
Yeah.
Tetanus later. Might not help.
Yeah. But that does mean her poison effect goes away now because she's had it for.
Cool.
Yeah, my notes. Yeah, it goes away now. So next turn she'll have normal roll. She still doesn't have any. She has a strength of 10. She has no bonuses.
She
That's-
would she tell Bana to go to the other valve or?
She hasn't said anything to Bonla yet. Bonla just seems to be moving towards her, as if he's covering her. Okay, and that's the end of Sedna's turn. Bandit 1's dead. Bandit 2's dead.
They're dead.
Serpent 1 is going to go ahead and try to do the snackaroos on Sesh.
On Bay.
I don't appreciate this roach, but I understand it. Okay.
I don't care.
I don't particularly give a shit.
That's a natural 20.
Oh,
That's a crit.
How much HP do I have?
48.
It's happening.
48. Okay, it's probably not going to kill me this turn.
Well, we'll go to break
it
at the
gets
end of the we'll at the bottom of the round, I think, or at the bottom of the serpent round. We'll see if there's more.
Yeah.
We'll-
Go ahead and roll your damage.
So
Roach.
let's roll the damage.
And
So
I'm
it's
also
double dice
healed, right?
damage in it.
That's 38 damage.
I'm
Ow!
not dead. I still have 10 HP, so yay.
That's 38
You're also-
fucking damage.
You're also grappled, and you'll take instant damage at the beginning
Well,
of
no, he
next turn.
she'll have to make roll. The grapple effect doesn't immediately go on, but then there's also the poison effect that has to be rolled for. There's some things that have to happen. But I want to point out. I rolled for that. That was a 9 on it. It was 2d because it's a d12 plus 4 for normal
Yeah.
damage. It's double the dice. So that was a 9 and a 10 on the 2d12s. A 5, 1, 5, 4 on d6s.
It's pretty decent.
For the poison.
That's pretty, yeah. So, took some bad.
Hey,
there.
look, I'm alive. Who gives a shit, alright? Doesn't matter how much you hurt me as long as I survive.
I
the end
thought
of
she
the
was
day.
auto grappled because of impale.
She is. I've still got to roll.
Oh yeah, the thing bit me and it's got me through the shoulder or something, and now I have
Okay,
a
you
fang.
failed the Constitution saving throw for the poisoned effect, so now you are poisoned. So you got
Sesh is
that.
fucked.
You are now
It's a
grappled by the
good
creature immediately because of the effect of the crit. So.
It's a good
That's
thing
a thing.
water walking is a fact that it stays on you. Like, yeah, you have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Who cast invisibility?
I did.
Oh,
You did. Have you? Remind me. If you get damaged, do you need to make a
Yep.
Constitution saving throw?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Sea Serpent 2.
It's very likely
Shade.
that if this thing rolls a decent.
Well, you immediately take a
D12,
D12.
it'll probably-
You immediately take an attack roll on the start of your turn.
If it
take a
rolls
D12 plus
anything more
4.
than a 6 on the dice, I think. Yeah. It'll get,
Yep.
no.
It's a D12 plus 4. That.
Yeah, if it rolls
yeah,
anything
yeah.
more than a 6 on the dice, I immediately go down. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody should try and heal her. Well, actually, there's this thing. You're the healer of the group, aren't you?
Well, Isaac has.
I got heals.
Word?
Yeah, Isaac's also on the other side of the room. So
Isaac literally has
uh,
what's the word? He has healing word.
No, I don't have healing word anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got rid of that.
I've only got cure wounds,
21 to hit.
Yeah.
which is touch
Okay.
unless I do some really cool stuff.
That's not a critical for this guy because he rolled a 14. But you take.
That's the
Oh
first
wow.
time we've gotten so far.
Okay. So that is a.
That's a DC 10 con.
Oh, it immediately rolled a concentration check for you.
Oh,
That's
nice.
cool.
Well, that's
That's
handy.
really cool.
Yeah, and you
That's
rolled
a
a
good
really
thing.
good, by the way. 18 plus 2 is not bad. 20.
We're all just like,
Uh,
oh, Isaac knows has some cool shit in it.
We were finding new things, and that was actually a really shit roll for the piercing damage. It was a 1 on the d12.
Oh.
Though I did roll a 5 and a 6 on the poison damage. So you take 16 total out of that. Which I don't even know how much health you have, but that's gotta hurt.
He
48.
has about, I think he's the same as me. Yeah, 48.
Yeah.
Yeah, I voted
And so that's gonna be.
I'm
you
the
know, you
weak
gotta-
one, remember?
Yeah, now you gotta take a Constitution saving throw to see if you're poisoned. You succeed.
for it. Nice. It's a DC 10, right? Because he rolled less.
14.
14.
Than... Oh.
Oh no, you talking for concentration?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. I
Well,
thought you said-
concentration
yeah.
checks is half
It's,
the damage
DC
taken
10
or
half
10.
damage, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever's
Yeah,
higher.
So, yeah. So he succeeded. He rolled a 20 anyways. He'd have to have taken what is it, 40 damage or something like that, or
About as
Yeah.
much as Sesh just took.
yeah.
38, which was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
goddamn high.
So that's the end of Sea Serpent 2's turn. 3 is dead. 4 wants to noms Ustenia.
With spiritual
so-
weapons concentration.
No, it's bonus action.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
It's just there.
It's just there.
Until I go down, that is. If I go down, it goes away.
That's a 13, which misses Ustenia. So this fucking thing.
Laughs in the scale mail.
Yeah, well, hey, that scale mail's helping you.
Yeah.
The
I need
new
to buy
army
a
you
set
got,
of full plate already. I just need to.
and
do that.
I need to make a roll. That's good for you, and also make the other roll for the other thing. That's not so good for you.
Oh, fuck.
So it's about a it's about a foot and a half now above the path
How much
of water.
longer until the valves are under the water? I should ask you.
The valves themselves would be because it kind of goes up a little bit, and the platform or the area there. You would think it'd be another like 4 feet for them to be totally underwater, but the valves themselves are about a foot, like
That's not too
big,
bad.
a foot
That's
tall.
not too
So
Okay.
yeah, it's about that much. But yeah, so you think if this kept going, maybe another foot of water, and these creatures might start be able to move without impediment over
Onto
the
the
path.
ravine.
Yeah. So just pointing it out there, but we're gonna go on break now.
Oh.
'Cause,
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll be back in about 10 or so minutes. Go somewhere if you need to, but be right back. Go get yourself some tea or whatever you need to do. We'll see you then.
Oh, rival, I'm sorry. I really am. See, normally you got really good roll. Who knows? Maybe you'll finish off all 3 of these creatures knowing your rolls.
Yeah, right.
Well, hey, during a lot of the fights, you don't get good rolls during the center of the fight, but at the end you kind of you kill
Who
steal.
is a Games Workshop fan?
Fan?
Yes.
Yeah, of the
Fan?
universe of 40k.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So Games Workshop and Big Light Productions have announced that today the development of a live-action series set in the 40k universe, produced by the guy who produces Man in the High Castle.
Nice.
Could be
Nice.
good. It could be good or it could be shit.
Yeah,
One way or the other.
Yep.
and it's
It's-
following
it's-
an Inquisitor.
Okay.
Aw.
I'm less excited now. Less excited now.
Yeah.
Eisenhorn. It's following the story of Eisenhorn.
Don't
Probably.
care.
Make it into like why can't they do like I would love it if they had the oh what are they called oh shit oh what's the name of the regiment Ibram Gaunt's regiment
Oh,
uh
Gaunt's Ghosts.
Gaunt's Ghost.
Tennis first and only.
Yeah, 10th person only. Make a series. Make it like a series on that. Make it gritty, like fucking like Generation Kill or Band of Brothers, but in 40k. Like in that vein, I'd love it. It'd be fucking amazing.
Oh well.
And definitely don't do like Space Marines or anything like that, because that would be boring. So boring.
Hey, Butch, do you know any good like RPG, like tabletop RPGs that are fantasy based but don't rely so much on magic?
The Game of Thrones role playing game is that. That would definitely work. Oh, what's it called?
Because I'm trying to find one that preferably doesn't have any magic in it, but if it does,
Game of Thrones definitely doesn't. For most
Okay.
part, but it's a lot of intrigue. It's not like D&D. It's more
right.
Game of Thronesy. It's more Game of Thrones. Hold on, let me check I've got like a whole bunch of things in my wish list that I've got stored up, and I know there's one that's like a historical one, but that could definitely adapt it into a fantasy. Because it's like you could use historicals and then adapt the setting to whatever you
Right,
want. Like
yeah.
you know, just the rule set's the rule set. Lion and Dragon, which is like it's a medieval authentic OSR role play. So it's like supposed to be based off of like early D&D kind of ask or 3.5 or 3rd edition, but it's set in like the War of the Roses or something like that. But you can make that into whatever you want. That definitely doesn't have magic in it.
Right.
Have I sent you a link to the Trove before?
No.
No. Oh, if you're looking for stuff, this is a great place to go. Midge sent it to me a long time ago, and I've been using it a bit. Where's the damn link to the Trove? Where's that? Here. There you go, Chris. That has like I don't know how many gigabytes worth of role-playing game PDFs and.
Oh, did you just give
Okay,
him
cool.
what
The
I
Trove,
gave
yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very useful.
Yeah. It's also got a lot of extra resources too, like magazines
Right.
and stuff as well.
Fucking hell. Pathfinder 78 gigs. Jesus.
Pathfinder has a lot of books to it. Pathfinder's a big supplement thing, and they also have I don't know how many years they were making their adventure path system or their like not their is it adventure path? I don't remember. They're like adventure.
Yeah,
their adventure
Pathfinder
path
has adventure packs, which is like Curse of Strahd or stuff like that.
or Kingmaker,
Kingmaker,
Right,
yes, one of the
Kingmaker.
popular ones.
which is the gold standard of pre-written adventures in a lot of ways. Kingmaker's
Oh yeah, Kingmaker's
really
great.
good.
I love Kingmaker. I really want to go back and play another Kingmaker game, but it's
I'd
hard
love
find
to
people who want it.
run or be in a game of Kingmaker, like from beginning to end, because that's like how many? It's like what is that? It's got to be like 100 hours worth of content.
Oh, easy.
Well, because that takes you
yeah.
from 1st to 20th level, right?
Yeah, first to 20th
Something like
level,
that,
and you
yeah.
build a kingdom. Like the first book
It
is
covers
pretty
like
short.
15 years of time or something like
Yeah.
that in the
Yeah.
universe. Like it's
The first book is pretty short, but that's only because it's just you guys getting kind of
exploration.
set up and beginning things, and then the second and
I
third
have a
book is
copy of
when
it.
gets really-
Yeah, I have a copy of them, especially because of this website. They have all the adventure paths in there. Every one of them. It's all there in scans. I thought about when I got Fantasy Grounds to buy because you can buy the adventure paths in Fantasy Grounds. It's all integrated.
Oh, cool. So you can literally just
So-
be like, this Fantasy Grounds game I'm setting up as a Kingmaker game, and sets everything up.
Just load it in there and it'll be right there,
God, that
including
saves so much
including the
time.
hex maps, and you can click and it'll say explored, unexplored, and it has all the little
That
bits
saves
in there.
so much time, man. Because I remember
Yeah.
playing Kingmaker and being like, my God,
That's the
GM spent
big
hours on this shit.
downside, is the mapping and the exploration part of it, and keeping track of all that, especially for DMs, because you've got to make sure all that stuff's there, and you got to keep an eye on it and everything. But no, the other one you might want to look at, and it can be adapted to, would be like the Fate or Fudge kind of rules, like those that it's a simple game system, and you could
Right. Okay.
cut out the magic if there's any magic in there. GURPS would be a good one too. The
Yeah,
generic,
Generally,
you know, is good.
First magic can get kind of complicated, but
Yeah,
don't need
still a
it,
lot of people
technically,
cut
the
that
system.
out. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of choices. It's just kind of up to you, really, in a lot of cases, to what you want to do. Because you could play D&D without magic.
Yeah.
There were
You could.
supplements for 3.5 that were because 3.5 brought in the open game license, and there were.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is I only know 5e, and that's, I mean, you need magic in it. It'd be very hard to get away with.
You could probably get away with it. You'd have to
Assuming what
redo
you're-
the classes. You'd have to rebalance the classes and stuff. There's
Right.
probably a supplement or like a GM's Guild thing that you could get. That would be like a historical setting, and then you can get that. So
But if you're gonna do historical selling D&D, you might as well just use GURPS and make it in the medieval ages because
Well, yeah.
yeah,
you
Not-
don't need to,
Or
like, spend
or
6
do a
hours
variation of the
plus
Game of
make-
Thrones.
that's what
Yeah.
I suggested. Game of Thrones, because that has no magic in it, and it's pretty good. And you could play that without the intrigue. You can play that as a combat game or a very D&D-esque game with just the
Yeah.
combat rules.
Right.
It's not as deep as D&D.
I
It's
mean,
kind of it's really like you either win or you don't with the
Right.
combat.
Yeah.
So
Kind of like
But-
CK2. Most of the time, you either lose and die, lose, get injured, win, get injured, or win.
yeah.
Or get murdered by a horse.
Yes, also viable.
You could definitely. I know there's definitely supplements for Pathfinder without magic. You can find
Yeah,
those.
There are. There's
so,
also like
yeah.
supplements for Pathfinder that add in like muskets and stuff, and I really don't like those sort of things.
Oh no! It would be like
Standard fantasy, but without magic. Low
Standard
magic.
fantasy.
Low magic fantasy.
yeah, like
Yeah,
right.
like
'Cause
Game of
I'm
Thrones or.
trying to write
or-
it. Well, like, because it's gonna be based on. Have any of you read the Ranger's Apprentice books?
Can't say I have. No.
All right. Well, I'm on a Discord, and we were talking about creating like a tabletop RPG, or like setting a game in that world. But we're trying to find a good
Basis.
rule
Yeah.
set to
It's
use.
just- Thieves were on the Trove Thieves world. I know as a setting, it does have magic, but the magic is really, really different than what we're used to. It's very powerful, but it's something like you've got to plan ahead a lot. Like I want to call down lightning on this particular area, and I've got to spend like a couple hours chanting
Right.
and making circles and putting all the ingredients net there. But by God, when I'm done, it will come down. Like
Right.
kind of thing.
Is it Rune Quest as well? Might be a good system.
Maybe. There's a lot of options.
That's the one that
Yeah.
Go through the Trove, figure out what you like out of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Off
Yeah.
the top of your head,
Are we all
do
ready?
you guys think of a low
Yeah.
fantasy? Sorry, a low magic high fantasy game? Like, dragons and dungeons.
Game of
and
Thrones
weird-
mod, basically. Game of Thrones mod? Game of Thrones role-playing game is the only one I can think of.
without drag. Well, he's talking about high fantasy, low magic. That's kind of it's kind
Lord
of
of the
difficult
Rings?
to concept.
Role-playing
Lord of
game?
the Rings, yeah, Lord of the Rings would be that because there's very
Yeah,
little
that's fair.
magic, but it's very high
Yeah.
fantasy. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
something like
true.
that. But yeah, I'm good to go. Is everybody else
Yeah,
back?
ready
Good.
whenever you guys are.
Cool,
I have my
let's
beer.
do this.
I'm happy.
Yep.
Because I
You good?
deserve
You back?
one, damn it.
You back as well, Utari?
Nope.
Utari?
Okay, he's not back yet.
He's not back.
Clearly.
Actually, that kinda sucks 'cause it's his turn.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
This is the problem with the webcam. Like, should have picked up a webcam this Prime Day, Midge, for Utari, or get a second one and give him your worst one.
Right now,
You know
a
what the
little
funny
tight.
thing is,
I need
Um,
to wait a month or so.
You know what the funny thing is? That webcam that you guys posted, the C910, was it?
Yeah, C920.
920.
920. When I was in work today, because I was doing a induction day for an office space, because office spaces need security too.
Yeah.
And I was helping with putting out all the cardboard because they're doing refurbishment. And I was doing my training, and the guy was like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw all this cardboard into the baler outside. Let me show you how to do that." And I knew how to do it because I'd done the cardboard baling before. But I went to help him, and there was a C920 Logic webcam box just sitting in.
Sorry, yeah,
one of the
I'm back now.
things.
Okay.
So ironic, if you will.
Yeah, I actually ordered that. It's in the mail. Be
Nice.
here on
So
Friday.
it's
If
your
I hadn't
go.
bought this one, I would. But
I don't know. This is the thing is, I'm not exactly sure if it'll work as well because I'm not sure if my current problem is my webcam or my bandwidth.
I think yours is a bandwidth problem more than anything.
Either way,
If I hadn't
Tari,
bought this
it
one, I
is
would've.
your turn.
Well, I have a target in front of me. I need to try and. This is my last round of being poisoned, correct? Because it was 2. I had 1. This is my second. Right?
one. No, you'll be poisoned until the Fang Serpent 4's turn, and then it'll go. By the time next time you go, you will not
Yeah.
be poisoned.
Yeah, that's
unless
what I
you-
was
unless he
basically
attacks
going
you.
for.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was meant by this is my last turn being
Yes.
poisoned. Right, okay. Oh, fuck's sake.
Damn.
11.
That poisoned really takes the wind out of
13.
your sails.
It's really messing me.
Yeah. And yeah, what I mean by that is just for clarification, like, if you have to make a check or anything like that in the next
Yeah.
up until its turn, you will still be poisoned. But yes, it is the
Yeah.
last time during your turn. Yes, you are correct.
Okay.
Are you doing any bonus actions or moving?
No, that's it.
Okay then.
I shall stand my ground.
All right.
Can I move? Would moving to where it says 65 because there's an extra 5 movement on me, so that is 60. Would that put me in range of the turntable thing? The
valve?
yeah.
No, it's like you can see where it starts fanning out from the central path. It's it's mirrored on both sides. So
it's 3 up.
Yeah, it's 3 up and on the edge. So basically,
Okay.
Sedna's right in front of hers, and then you have to mirror that on
Is
opposite
this
side.
like stick an X on the map? Just to...
Yeah, I probably could. Thank you for pointing that out. So
It's like, thank you. I like that.
I'm just trying to weigh up whether to tell Bonler to go and do it while I try and go save Sesh, or if I should just dash for the fucking thing. Also,
there we go.
I can get there. I can get there.
All right, you'd
there
still
before
you
I
wouldn't
die,
be
though.
able to do it this round. You'd have to do it next round because it requires an action to do a strength check to do
Yeah.
the die. You move a lot faster than Bondla can.
Wait, do I need to be on the X that it needs to be, or do I need to be the one next to it?
You have to be on the X, like
Okay,
because
so
that's basically
I
right in
can't
front of
get
it.
there this turn, but I'm gonna move there anyway. I'm gonna tell to everybody to just hold back the fangs while me and Sesh turn the tables. That's
You
my
and
free
Sedna,
action.
Not Sesh.
Yeah, me and Sedna, and I specifically
Sedna's
also
just like,
shout to the Sesh looks like she's in trouble. I'm gonna make sure that
Alright,
people know
I just
that.
wanna point out-
like a second ago. So
I just want to point out the 2 invisible people have now gone there. So you were just hearing this ethereally through the air because you can't see where Isaac is.
Yeah.
So actually, technically, none of you would know what Sedna's doing either. So
Yeah.
so you guys, all you know is that you saw the footprints going there because they're both invisible
Yeah.
now.
and we
there,
don't
so.
see Isaac's footprints because he's flying.
Yeah, I'm floating.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
just like-
So you have no idea where Isaac is.
Also, do any creature have I passed through any creatures? Have any creatures gone through the thing?
No, nobody else has come up
Okay, no worries.
since then. I've been rolling pretty
good.
badly for the reinforcement rolls.
My turn then.
All right then.
Thank fuck for that.
Yeah, you took 7 damage immediately.
So I'm still up. Thank fuck for
You're
that.
still up. I want to point out, because I'm going to be nice to you, getting out of the grapple immediately has them roll a d12 damage roll. Because it's a
So,
serrated fang. So,
Ow.
It's a
so
barbed fang. technically?
yeah.
Because once
Yeah.
it goes
So-
through, it's
Yeah, so yeah. Just
So
wanna
how is
point
about
out.
no?
Yeah, so if you try and break
Ew,
out, you will take damage if you succeed.
Right.
Uh,
So Roach.
Yes.
Hang on. Let me just check the wording on one of my.
my
abilities
god, you have
real quick.
3 HP left.
Yeah.
Do you have shocking grasp and just tase this thing?
I'm a cleric. I'm not a sorcerer.
Taser!
I don't know why, but all I can imagine is she's just like, I'm a cleric, not a sorcerer, as she's like shaking her fingers in the air.
But,
Well, she
bypass
doesn't
it,
have
there's the
control
big
of it.
Just like shaking one hand, like ah. Or I'm assuming since it hurt so much, she got stabbed through the chest and is somehow still standing. Don't ask questions.
Yeah, you're being basically. You ever seen like a crocodile have a chicken in their mouth? It's
Yeah.
it's like
No,
that.
I'm
It's
not
just like-
American.
well, neither,
We have alligators, not crocodiles.
alligators, not crocodiles. Yeah. You didn't get raised. You didn't grow up with a crocodile hunter.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't think I watched that episode, or it wasn't viewed, or it wasn't allowed here. One of the two.
Steve Irwin was a
Steve
treasure.
Irwin
I'm
was
so
a national
surprised his
treasure.
how big his kids are.
His kids are a treasure.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Bondi. No, sorry. Is it Bondi or Bonnie? I
It's
think his
Bindi.
daughter and Bindi and.
Bindi.
It is Steve It's not Steve Jr.
No, it's something. I don't
Yeah.
know. It might
There's a
be. I
picture
think
of
he's
his
named
son
after somebody,
feeding.
but Yeah,
there's a picture of his
that
son
got
feeding the
me.
same
I
rock.
was a huge
like,
fan
"Oh."
of him when I was a kid, so
Yeah,
that was
same,
big.
same.
But either way, yeah, you heal. Or was that a healing?
No, I
thing
was
you
just
rolled?
checking Blessed Healer because I wanted to see if it would heal me, but no, it doesn't. It only affects other people when I heal them. Like if I heal somebody else, it heals me as well. But you know, not working.
You also did target yourself on that heal.
Yeah, well, it's not that if I target myself, it's that if I target
No,
somebody
I'm
else to
saying you
heal-
should have done it, and then it would auto heal you.
Yeah, but it won't heal me as much. It'll only heal me like 3 or 4 HP, and it's not really worth it for what I need right now. So, you know.
Okay.
I am going to cast Healing Word level 3 because fuck me.
All right.
Because it's you know, it's a swift action.
Well, not in the
and
middle of
it's-
combat, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you're into.
Aw,
I'm not going to
come
ask
on.
questions, all right?
Come on.
It's low-hanging fruit. I gotta go for it.
Like them.
All right.
Yeah,
Go ahead
never
and
mind.
roll your healing. Cause
Yeah. So it's
you don't want to die.
3d4 plus 9 is what I'm. So let me just roll this.
Because you're a cleric that's spec'd into this.
Have I targeted myself? Let me just double check.
Yes.
Yes, you're targeting
You
yourself.
have.
Yes.
Am I targeting anything else?
No.
No.
Cool. Wanted to make sure I wasn't accidentally healing something.
Oh god, I just realized you're poisoned too. So even if you did try and break out, you'd have to you'd have disadvantage on the check.
Yep.
19. You healed 19. You have to manually input that
Yeah.
because it doesn't.
I don't know
so,
why
yeah.
it rolled those 4d8s for. I think I might have clicked
I don't
the
know.
button. Sure.
I think you clicked this button.
So I just
So
45 minus 45 minus 19.
26
Math.
damage.
Thank you. Go math on stream. Bad for you.
yeah, don't math on
26,
screen.
not 29.
26, not 29.
Oh, I might have misheard you then. I'm not sure.
2-6.
2-6. Nice. I'm not as
there
bad
we
as
go.
I was before. Thank you,
Yeah.
myself. I am then going to. Can I attempt to break this thing's fang with my hammer? Like just
I
whack it in the
mean-
gum and just be like, all right, fuck you.
I would say that would.
I mean, it is technically pinned to me right now, so it's right there.
It's gonna hurt.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, I would. You'd have to make a strength check. And basically, you're trying to break out. It would be an action. You're trying to pose, like you're making a strength check essentially, because you.
All right.
With the way you're being moved around and you're being shook around, you don't have a clear line to hit with a weapon, so you're basically having to use your strength to break the fang with your body. Like you're trying to break the arrow shaft that's in your arm, essentially, and you're.
I'm trying to rip this thing out of its gums
Yeah.
with my body.
Yeah, essentially, because you don't have a good thing. So it would just be you trying to break out normally, but that would be an action. So I don't know what it would be an action, and it would be a pose strength check to this creature
Right.
to do so.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
I can't heal myself again
No.
because I've already used a bonus act. Well, actually, no, I couldn't I? I could cast.
No,
Cure
you've only got one bonus check. Cure wounds if... Okay. No, it depends on the level of the spell. Because you can only do one level or higher per turn and one bonus action
You
spell.
need a cantrip. It'd be a
So you
cantrip.
need
You
a
can only,
cantrip.
Oh, it
yeah,
need to be a
you can-
cantrip.
you can only cast a
do it.
cantrip this
Yeah.
round still. So
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what you
fair,
got.
that's fair. All right.
So what are you planning on doing?
At a certain level, I think you can do level ones.
I just want to
and
point
higher.
out, if you're planning on attacking him directly, you can do that with an action, but make sure you're not targeting yourself, because you are
I
currently
think-
targeting him and
Turn
yourself.
off my own targeting here real quick.
Yes.
Should that be away now?
I don't want you to kill yourself.
Just I hit it critical. I rolled 2 20s somehow and I critical and I killed myself.
It's theoretically possible for you to hit
Yeah.
yourself and not the creature right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if I'm honest.
Actually, no. You have the same AC.
Oh, cool. Not really.
So what do you-
still.
Yeah, so what are you doing?
So I
Attack?
could cast a cantrip, correct? But I
You
can't
could
cast
you can
that.
cast a cantrip, or you could attack,
But
or
see,
you
the
can
thing
try and
is
break
that,
out.
If I attack or if I attempt to break out, I'm at disadvantage, correct? Because I'm poisoned.
Yes.
Yes.
In
But
that
that'll-
case,
Yeah.
In that case, I will use Sacred Flame because all that is it making a save. So if I click cast, it should roll the save.
Yep. It succeeded.
It succeeded. It takes half,
All right.
which it should do automatically, correct?
Yes, it will.
That's 9, so it should do 4.
It did so.
Uh,
No,
Or
wait,
no,
no,
is
wait.
that just a straight up miss? Let me check.
It's a straight
yeah,
up
no,
miss with
it's
Sacred
straight up.
Flame.
Yeah,
Straight
Yeah,
up.
Sacred
so-
Flames.
Give it 9 HP back, and
That's
it.
easy enough because
That's my turn.
an even number. All right, that's the end of that. And now we go to the top of the round, which is Bonla. Bonla. Marsha.
It's like you're talking to him and you're disappointed. Like Bonla.
I'm not angry, buddy.
5,
Just
10,
disappointed.
15, 20, 25, 30.
It's not listened to me. Damn.
It?
Well, yeah, it.
I said he.
Calling him it probably hurt that. The chance.
I
Yeah, you
said
it.
he.
You said,
You said
it.
it. You
When?
said it.
Just now.
Just now.
No,
when
I
you
said
said
it.
you said
you
it's
said
not
it
listening to
didn't
me.
listen.
Yeah.
He didn't listen.
It, unless he identifies as such. So.
And that's as far as he gets with his turn. So you were
I mean, we
both
don't know what
equidistant.
a bomb
You're
might
basically
identify as.
equidistant in terms of movement to the things that he can.
And you told me I was faster.
You're a little bit faster, but he you still had an action, I think, or a bonus action. He just used everything he could to make
I
that.
moved everything.
Oh, okay. I thought you were faster with fly.
I thought you were
have 30
faster
feet?
flying.
Yeah.
30 feet flying.
Oh, no, I thought it was. No, I thought it was 40 feet flying, but that's why I thought so. No. Okay.
Not till level 14.
All right. Rivallon, it's your turn.
Alright, there we go.
You've
Help.
seen.
Move
by
to
the,
there, please.
By the way. Okay. All right. I was gonna say your friends behind you are hurt.
Yes,
Sesh
I know.
looks almost dead. Per
Well,
second.
she looks almost dead, but now no longer as such.
She is still impaled by this creature.
And she's still
Okay.
going to take auto damage every time.
I will move Hunter's Mark to Serpent Fanged 1.
One.
Yeah.
All right. Radio.
I'm crossing
That's
my
hit.
fingers and toes.
I'm going to do the second attack and then do the damage, alright?
That's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. Yeah. That's another.
Yes. Look at
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Storn. Hey, I told you it's gonna happen. You're gonna kill this thing, and then. Okay. Oh my
Hunter's
god.
Mark. Hunter's Mark.
Oh.
Oh.
You could have done it. You could have done. I'm gonna break silence on here. It had 80. It has 85 HP, and it was at 80. So you needed to roll a 5, and you could have killed it immediately with the Hunter's Mark.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sad face.
It's close though. Hey, that was pretty good though.
I mean, hey, if I had hit it with Sacred Fire, it probably would have died.
Mhm.
Probably.
No, because
Maybe.
it had that
Well, no,
sacred
I mean,
flame.
No,
wouldn't
he's
have
now it
died.
saying
wouldn't have
now
died.
it would.
Now.
Oh, now, probably.
Yeah, now
So
it would have.
you used your bonus action to move the mark, and then you attacked
yeah.
and moved.
Yeah.
So that's the end of your turn. Okay. I'm making sure I'm keeping track. Of
Come on.
No, that's fine.
it was a good round though. It
Everyone's
was really
like,
good.
I need
Alright,
Storing
so-
up that luck.
Finally got a bloody hit. That's fine. Yeah, I'll live with
Well
that.
done. Thank you. You're a lifesaver.
Probably.
You're a treasure.
You
In
are.
fact, I'm the
Seriously,
only
thank you so
person who's
much.
not been damaged yet.
Someone. Roach is just like, I'm gonna
Okay.
fix that in a second.
I tried to get it. I'm rolling every turn to see if another creature comes up.
Alright.
I'm okay with this. I'm just saying.
R1's gonna be selfish. Alright.
Alright.
He's going to do his attacks.
No wonder
Well,
you already have an ex-wife.
Oh. Oh.
One attack. Or both
Alright.
attacks, I guess.
Yeah. That's a
It's a
miss.
miss.
Unfortunately. You're not rolling really well. That's
That's a hit.
That's a hit. There you
Alright.
go.
And then I'm gonna do a defensive flourish using one of my bardic inspirations. So I'm gonna have to roll one of those. Just so you know. Alright. So that's that damage. And then
Damn.
so this is gonna
You need a better sword, buddy.
I do. This damage, this Bardic Inspiration die is going to be damage, and it's also going to add to my AC
Okay.
because it's a defensive flourish.
Defensive flourish. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Aw.
Oh wow.
All right.
So you
well,
did. So you did 1 extra damage to it, which is
Yep,
good.
and I now have
and now you have AC of
16 AC.
16. Is that how long does that go for? Just a round?
it's just a round.
Just a round. Okay.
Or, yeah, until I get back.
Yeah, until it gets back to you. Okay then.
That's unfortunate.
That is really bad. I feel sorry. And that's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Sedna, who's no longer poisoned and has a D8 still, for her Bardic Inspiration, is going to make a check to see if she can dislodge this
Oh.
valve. What were you gonna say?
I just need. I don't know if it counts, but I just remembered my halfling luck.
Oh, if he rolls a 1.
I think that's
That's
ability check.
Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. I don't think that counts as any
That
of
doesn't
those.
count. Oh, that doesn't
Okay.
count.
It says
It,
attack.
it would. No, it's a damage roll. 'Cause
Ah,
he's doing
yeah.
damage with it. That's,
Should have a roll. You're correct. Right.
yeah.
Good attempt though.
Hey! I've been at this game for longer than some of you.
Yeah.
Because I know how to read these
Fine,
rules.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh my God, Sedna. That's a 1. That's 1, and I'm not going to roll that because I am going to use meta knowledge, knowing that even with an 8, even she rolls a max on this D8, she's not gonna dislodge that fucking thing.
She's still weakened from the poison.
ability checks for everyone, or
Nothing.
am I-
Just doesn't. It doesn't. I'm sorry, what?
Dang.
Do ability checks not naturally fail on 1 anyway?
No,
Or am I...
No, they don't.
Just
they don't.
attack rolls.
No, just attack
I don't
rolls.
crit
Okay.
success or fail.
That's weird.
It's
weird in
still
my
just
brain
a
because,
1.
You know, yeah. It's weird in my
Well,
brain.
in this
because,
system-
you know.
Well, in this system, it's just not with the way that they've balanced things. Automatic misses and failures are now 1s and 20s, but with ability checks, they don't apply that because of the way things scale in the system. Because it used to be, there used to be a system. It used to be a system in which, like 3.5 and 4, that you could actually have modifiers so high. With the 1, you're still rolling like in 15s and 16s and
Yeah,
stuff
like
that.
in
so-
Pathfinder, that's a perfect example. You can have a paladin with
Yeah.
saves high +20s by
Yeah.
level 10.
Well, you can be a goblin rogue and have a +20 to your stealth on like level 5, and
Yeah,
and you could, yeah, which is so.
and you know we're all but humans, so,
So
we all fuck up.
Sedna does that. At the end of her turn, because fucking my rolls are bad. Bandit 1's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Bandit 2's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Fang Serpent 1 is still alive. So
Oh no.
Oh no.
the question is it going to try and drag her or try and pacify her? That's the question.
I don't know. I
was
don't
thinking
want to give
dummy
you
in
an
her
answer on
mouth.
that.
Like what does pacify do?
I
Well,
was
she's
thinking-
still resisting. She's still actively resisting.
I think he means he's trying to bite me again because that way I'll go on.
So I need to make a check if he's going to try and pull her out into the water, if he's going to try and bite her, and that was.
Can it
the
bite her
12.
when it's impaled?
Yeah,
I
it
still
can just
attack me.
attack.
I can still attack
It's
you.
just an
It can
attack
still
roll.
attack me.
It's essentially just crunching down on it and doing more damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
oh,
it's-
God.
Oh.
So it's going to
That'll be
do
sick.
that. So
Please don't roll a 17, 18, 19,
it's a 23,
Ouch.
to hit,
Alright, that's just a basic
which
attack.
which
That's
is not a critical hit.
okay.
on this.
Yeah, the
basic
crit
attack.
would have probably outright killed Sesh, wouldn't it? Probably at this point.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
think it still might, because remember it's 1d12 plus 4, 2d6 on top of that. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
What
no, but it
outright
won't do
kill
over 100% of. She'll go down. She won't insta die.
that was a 16 damage on that one.
I'm
Jesus.
still up.
Yeah, that was
But
a
it's
below
very
average
likely
on the
next
on the
turn I will-
piercing.
that once my turn comes around, it's very likely I will go down because I only have 4 HP left. Sorry, 6. So it needs to roll a 1 on this damage for me not to go down.
Hold on, double check that. That was
I'm also
2.
out
I
of
didn't
level
mean to
3
do
spell
2.
slots, so there's that too.
So, yeah, you succeeded in resisting the poison effect. So you haven't been re-poisoned. I still think you need
How many
another
turns
turn
do I
before
have?
you.
Yeah.
I still think it's another turn before you're
One more.
down out of it.
Is it always
Yeah,
two
one more.
turns, or is it?
No, it's supposed to be 1d4, but I just rolled a blanket one for all the creatures, so it's just two
Alright.
two turns now for this whole combat because
Yeah.
keeping track of all that shit.
Fair.
So that's the end. Yeah, because you're still actively doing that. It's heavily damaged.
It's very
Yeah,
likely
it's-
that without any healing, I'm going to go down in like a turn, just so that you guys know. So, help.
Well, we'll see how this
please.
goes. So Sea Serpent 2 at R1 is going to attack R1. That's a natural 20.
That's not good.
That's a bad.
It's bad, yes. So I want
is
to
that
I want you to know, R1, I don't want to do this.
Yes, you want to
I
do this
mean-
badly.
I don't want to do this, but I
Oh
will.
my god, it's a lot of dice. Oh,
How much
that's
damage
32
is it?
damage. That's 32.
Uh,
By the
Oh,
way,
that
I'm gonna
bit
say.
just says invisibility on Isaac and Sedna expired.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's like we've just
Ah.
popped back into his existence.
That's fine.
Oh dear.
I want to point out. I want to say the damage rolls. D12 rolled a 4. Another D12 rolled a 12. A 1 and a 2 on the two D6s, and then on the other two D6s, a 4 and a 5 plus 4 on top of that. So that
fine.
I'm gonna say I've rolled really well on the damage dice. I haven't been doing too well on the attack dice for the majority.
You've
But the
rolled
damage
two
dice when I
natural
hit.
20s.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
you-
but
you can't,
It's-
you
it's
can't
true.
say anything.
True,
you
true,
can't say anything, Roach.
You started off on a low point, and now you're just on top of the fucking world. So
I'm gonna say since you're not offering resistance anymore, you do not have the impale plinked on there because that is for a live creature. Because that you getting impaled, so it's not going to do that. It cannot do because I think that would immediately kill you. Because it would
Well,
be
no, that's just a
automatic
crit,
crit.
right?
well no it would be an impale, which
damage
means he
per
takes damage, which means he then
Automatic
takes
crit.
two automatic. He takes an automatic 2 death saves failed, and then on the top of his turn he immediately dies because it's
Yeah.
2 death saves failed again. I'm going to
Fine.
say though, it doesn't make sense for the creature because impale for its hunting tactics would be a
Yeah.
live creature. It impales it and then uses that to pacify. You're dead already, so now it's just going to go to town on you when it gets a chance, which will be next time. So
Help.
yeah.
please.
So yeah, you see all R1 go down, and also now you see Isaac and Sedna just pop into existence.
Help.
Okay, Sea Serpent 3 is still dead. It's actually you don't see it anymore. It's essentially sunk below the waves at this point. By the way, that also seems to where it's died. A lot of riling water.
Oh, they're eating it. Oh,
Yep.
they're
Hey, it's
eating
affecting
it.
it.
They're eating
I mean,
it.
I mean,
What's
hey,
that? What's
one
that
of the ways-
quote from space? What's that quote from Lost in Space?
They eat their wounded.
They eat their wounded. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
Okay,
nasty.
and 4 is going to continue to attack Ustenia.
Stay
Danny is doing
alive.
pretty well. so
Thank
far.
me, bitch.
He is on hand. I'd hope so.
Yeah. And well, he's also this guy is rolling shit. This guy is rolling shit because that's a 6. This thing has barely rolled above a 11. This whole.
You know what?
fucking time.
You know what, Roach? I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Hey, I'm the one who's almost dead. Again.
Okay, that's the end of the Sea Serpent's turn there, so I gotta make a roll.
Oh god.
Okay.
I hate when you say okay, because that.
Well, because now I have to consult a table.
Well, that's
Turn the valves, fuck's sake.
Turn the valves.
Fucking
Uh,
turn the valves. And she
alright.
said,
So
like,
no new creature this round, just barely. That was 1 point off from another one coming up.
They're being distracted by their dead friend over there.
Let's just say, okay, I'm just gonna point it out because Midge knows how many. Like these things can have a school of 20 is what they travel in,
Yeah.
and there's 2 separate pools of them.
Oh sh.
So there's 40 of these things.
Well, actually, there's 39 at the moment.
Could
39 of the 40.
there could be up
There
to
could be
40 because
there could be up to
there's,
40.
It's anywhere between like 3 and 20, so there could technically be, 6.
Yeah.
6.
This is true.
Really.
I'm
We're
just
not
pointing it
that
out.
lucky,
There's
Mikey. We're not that
There's
lucky.
potentially a lot. There's potentially a lot. But that goes up by another 5 inches of water.
Oh God.
I have a
Oh,
quick question.
Yeah,
Just
I
planning
have
my
a
turn.
question as well.
I'm just
Okay,
planning
yeah.
my turn. Can I do 2 sorcery points on 1 action? So can
I'll have
I
to-
quicken
I
and
have to
distance?
consult. I'd have to consult.
Yeah,
I'd have to
but
consult.
just as I know it's about to be Justinia's turn, so
Yeah,
kind of
I'll consult
prepared.
that. I'll consult the rulebook for that. And
Because
R1.
if so, I know what I'm doing.
Since I'm unconscious, I'm dying.
Yes.
I can't walk anymore.
Oh
on water.
shit! Yeah, you're sinking into the water.
Okay.
Actually,
Just wanted to make sure I knew that.
Yeah, no. Make sure check that spell. Check that spell because that'll matter.
Not worded in some weird way.
Because that I just want to point out, like a creature that's bleeding, sinking into the water would not be a good thing right now.
No, it really wouldn't.
Spell grants the ability to move on the ground.
Has to be like a willing
Target
creature.
submerged in the liquid surface. So even if R1 was being submerged in liquid, he would rise to the surface at a rate of 60 feet per round. So
Yeah, no, he's
it does
float.
not mention anything about him
So,
sinking
yeah, you're
or
just-
losing the
you're-
effect if he's unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you're fine. I'm gonna say it doesn't say you can't do that, and I remember Coswin doing that.
Okay, cool.
Using-
That
yeah.
that's fine. Okay.
I think with me and Ben though, we did cap it at 2 points, so you can't do like multiple things. So I think
Yeah,
2 is the cap.
it's my stash. So I suppose if I spent it all in one hurrah, I spend it all in one hurrah. But yeah, that's fine. I know exactly what I'm doing then.
All right, Ustenia, it's your turn. By the way, you see R1 go down, and you see Sesh hurting.
Oh dear.
She's got like a fang sticking through her
I think
chest
poison
right
comes
now.
off me now, doesn't it?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
Poison.
Sorry. Yeah. Your poison is gone.
Is it better
She's
to
got
like a
save
fang
Sesh or
through her
I?
chest.
Oh, well.
Finally.
Sticking out. through
R1's
her
going to die. R1 has to take death saves right now, so he's at a higher chance of dying right now.
Yeah, but if Sesh goes down, I have to fly back to try and heal one of them.
It's true.
Yeah,
Go-
because I'm
go-
the only person here with healing her.
It's true, and you guys don't have a lot of healing potions. So what are you doing, Ustenia?
I'm going to attack.
All right then, without a disadvantage.
And I will be using my Bardic Inspiration. to attack
Okay.
that. What is it,
15
D6?
A D8. D8. So what did you
Please
do?
roll more than a
with
2. Oh my god, you got
Oh
it.
my god.
I think you
The-
got
the-
it. I think
the
17
16,
is what
17?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta double check their AC. AC
You said it
18.
has the same as mine, right? This is
Right,
17.
try again.
No, yours is 18. You have 18
Yeah.
AC.
Yeah, I
so
was like,
no,
oh, yeah,
that-
it's the same
it's
as
not.
No, sorry, undo that.
Hold
pressing
on.
the wrong thing.
Which one is that? 4?
Yeah, I just did damage, ignore it.
So
undo
that's,
it.
hold on a second. I gotta bring out a calculator.
Oh, that might hit. Yeah, that'll
Oh,
Oh,
okay, we could just
leave
go
it,
with that.
Leave it, then.
Leave
Leave
it,
then,
leave
it's
it.
the damage.
Leave it. Okay, all right, that works.
hit. Not dying yet, though. So I'm
Fucking unorthodox as shit, but it works. It's bloodied now.
Hooray!
it's bloodied now.
That's my turn.
Okay. Don't forget, Sesh. By the way, you have your spiritual weapon on the other side of that creature.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You should have attacked.
I didn't-
on my turn.
I thought you were because last turn you used a bonus action
Yeah,
to
you
cast
used a
things.
bonus action.
Oh
so
yeah,
I,
yeah. I used the most.
So I
action to
thought
cast
that was a
healing word.
point, but I
Yeah.
wanted to point it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an option. Okay. Is that the end of your turn, Ustenia? Because you did.
That
two-
is the end of my turn.
Okay. Isaac.
Bonler's here. He can turn the wheel. I'm gonna have to turn around and shoot.
Also,
okay.
you have noticed Sedna is
Yeah,
struck.
yeah, okay. Yeah, even so. The 2 serpents are on this side. They're about to possibly kill 2 of my party. I need to turn around and shoot. So,
All right.
with the first one, I'm
Save me.
hold on. I gotta work out which way round I want to do this in terms of attacks. Can I see out of which one of them looks like the most damage?
Hold on. It'll depend on how damaged they are actually.
I think they're both heavy, right?
It's 1 and 2, right? Okay, yeah, no. Number 1 looks like it's on death's door.
Which is
one's
not
number
the one
one?
that's stabbing me, correct? I think I'm being
No, the
exaggerated.
one that's stabbing Sesh looks like it's on death's door. The one that's on R1 looks hurt, but it's not as bad.
Okay.
Out of character, because I did tell you before. It's 4 HP left on the one attacking Sesh.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
Okay then.
Because remember,
Even so, I'm still gonna have to use
Rivallon.
that. So I'm gonna expend 2 sorcery points. I'm gonna do a distance because I need an extra like 12 feet of damage.
yeah, of course.
And quickened
Okay,
to
so it's a
cast
bonus action
magic
now.
missile, so it instantly hits level 1 on the fanged serpent.
All right,
That's
roll the damage.
Yeah, I
we'll
will
see
do.
what.
I think it's
well,
going to be minimum of like what, 5? Because you have.
well,
a
no, because it's
4
it's what is it, 3d4 or 4d4? For
it's a
magic
minimum of
missiles?
6 because it's 1d4 plus 1, and there's 3 of them.
3 of them. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
yeah,
a minimum of 6.
So it will kill it, but just roll it to see. Anyways.
Yeah.
See how killed it is, essentially.
Yeah, we roll dice. It's D&D. Roll dice.
Hey,
Don't steal my
that's
actions.
hey, I didn't think you were from New York. Hey. I tell
And
you
he's dead
monster.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna
You are no
because
longer impaled.
that was my bonus action. I can then hit the other one with a spell, correct?
It's quickened. You still can only be a cantrip because the spell level requirement still exists. It's not.
Shit.
The spell level requirement still exists, so it has to be a cantrip because,
me-
especially given the fact that that was a level 1 spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just read them because you definitely as Coswin did 2 level 1 spells with this. So let me just check meta
Yeah,
magic.
but that was with Ben's. That was with Ben's rules, though. That was with Ben's rules, though. We're playing from the book mostly because Ben didn't have a limit on spell casting stuff.
Right.
He's like, "Do the fuck what you want, boy."
Because we have been this whole since we started this campaign doing that. Where
I don't think. I only think recently though we've been doing the whole you can possibly cast 2 spells anyway because we've only recently.
This
Got
I mean,
is
that
the
is
first
true.
time that it's happened.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, this is also the first time 2 of your party members are on death's door.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just.
I don't know why, but every
Okay.
time you say Death's Door or Darkest Dungeon pops in
I
my head
have a
because-
cantrip that I think would be in range.
Sacred Flame might work.
No, it's 60 foot.
You
Yeah.
oh,
Sacred
that's
Flame's
true.
60 foot.
I've just
Well,
used
you can put a sorcery point on a new. It's a new spell. I'm saying
Oh.
it's a limit. It's a limit on the spells on what you're putting on the spells. Was the 2. Because you can with sorcery points, as long as you're casting a spell, you can put a sorcery point on a spell. So, but
Yeah,
we're
he was
limiting
saying
that
2
to
per.
So
per
2 per spell.
Right,
per
per
cast.
spell.
per
Right,
spell.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
2 per cast might be a little bit more correctly worded, maybe.
Well, no,
Yeah.
technically, I guess it's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Where's my cantrips? There's my cantrip.
Also, this beer is really good. I needed it because I'm fucking thirsty, dudes.
What's the range? 60 feet?
60 feet.
So
I
a
mean,
distance spell would double that?
yeah, it'd be 120.
Toll the dead.
Okay.
With spending another sorcery point.
So you spent
so it
3
now-
so far.
Yeah, I know.
You can increase DCs, right, with your
Yep.
sorcery points?
So this is
I want to do
No.
that.
no, different type of
no.
sorcerer. Different type of sorcerer.
You can buy
Uh,
back. Yeah, different types of
I
sorcery.
can
and you
buy,
can
I
also
can buy back
spell
spell
slots.
slots.
Oh,
And I can make you re-roll healing dice or anyone
yeah.
around me.
Because that's
Um,
his thing.
that's
Go
right.
That's my
ahead,
thing.
roll your toll of the dead.
Right, so does that... It
It fails.
fails, so it takes 2d8... No, 2d12 because it's injured. It takes 2d12 necrotic damage.
Okay, roll them bones.
Roll them bones,
9.
boy.
9.
Ooh,
Oh,
it
it's-
looks
yeah,
really
it-
damaged.
It's
It looks really
damaged.
damaged. Out
Really
of character.
damaged.
Okay, out of character because you guys are in a really tough spot right now. It's 10 HP.
Ah.
It's
Um,
10 HP.
Okay, and then
How
with my
about
free
you,
action,
Dan?
I say to rival, rival, strike down that serpent, and then I'm gonna have to move away from this.
From the
I'm gonna have to move away from this. I've got to try and close the ground between
Okay.
me and R1 to try and save him.
Okay,
I
you
mean,
can
I'm not going to
move-
die
So I need
now
to move
because
that.
I'm no longer in hell because the thing is
All
dead.
right.
Yeah, no, that's why I targeted yours first. But even so,
Well, yeah,
I'm-
but I can cast a healing spell with you
I-
again, because there's only one thing here now, so. They're not as bad.
Even so, it's probably safer if I move this way.
Well, currently only one other one.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Okay.
blood in the water.
There
Lots
definitely
of
is.
blood in the water. But then again,
Actually,
there's also a dead
that's
serpent
another
in the
thing.
water.
Is now there's more blood because now there's a dead creature in the water.
But aren't the
That's
two
gonna-
pools separated? So.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah, that's the
rolling-
problem.
I'm rolling The thing. Okay, I'll tell you what I know. I'm rolling one pool every turn, so it's going between the pools, and they each have different DCs based on how much blood's in the water.
Oh no.
So do they also
Okay.
eat their own, so they could be distracted by the body that's already in the water?
They can be, but it's a roll, and
Yeah.
and this is the thing.
They are
so
animal intelligence.
But
so they could
I've
be
ended
like,
my turn,
"Hey."
so it's sessions go.
It's
Oh,
okay.
hi.
It's Sesh.
How you doing?
Hey, Sesh.
Okay,
And you
so-
didn't take immediate damage, and now also, by the way, you're no longer poisoned because that was
Okay,
the end.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my. Let me put it up here. What is it called again? I believe it's Channel Divinity.
He's just. By the way, Mikey, your thing is frozen, so I know
You're
can hear us,
frozen.
but
You can hear us, but we can't hear you right now. So we'll tell you when we can see you again, buddy. It is a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Like I don't understand.
I think that's just his local internet might have a limiter, and it has
Ooh.
where it just because I know Ireland does have.
I like how you put an Irish accent on.
Oh,
it when
I
you said
did. I
Ireland.
went for my Irish
Ireland.
accent. Is which I
What were you talking about Ireland for?
can't. It's Irish accent. It's
Am I back now?
yes,
There
you're
you
back.
go. You're back. Yeah.
Also, Yutari's Irish accent's a lot better than Mage's. Just to put it
Yeah,
out
mine really slipped then.
there. Yeah. Yours is. But Yutari is up here. So I'm going to use my Channel Divinity Preserve Life. I present my holy symbol and invoke healing energy. Number of hit points. Blah blah blah. Choose any creatures within 30 feet of you and divide those hit points among them. I have, excuse me. I have 40 hit points that I can distribute among the three of us.
R1's
will-
not within range.
Oh,
It's
let me
30
move then.
feet. You need to move
He
one
can move.
square over.
Yeah, let me just slide to the.
Okay,
There.
now you're within range.
Thank you
It was
for-
literally one square.
Thank you, Roach. You're a kind soul.
I'll allow
Thank
it.
you.
I'll allow it.
I then use Channel Divinity, blah blah blah. And I will give R1. How much HP is R1? R1 has 48 damage, right? To
Yeah.
heal. I will heal him 15. I'll give him half of those hit points.
You get 15 HP back, R1, and you're now conscious but prone.
And I will heal Justinia like
He's got 9 damage. Yeah,
9. Okay, I will give
fucker's
Justinia
barely
5.
taking any damage.
I'll
I'd
give
focus
Justinia
on-
5, and I'll give myself 10.
Okay. You
Oh,
get
okay.
5 HP back, Ustenia.
Sorry,
And
no,
Sesh.
40, so 50, 20, 20. Actually, no, I'll give R1 20, and I'll give myself 15, and I will give good old Justinia 5, because he's mostly okay. So.
Okay.
So you heal back 20 R1 total. Should be up to 28.
Yeah,
damage,
my brain is, it's not the beer.
He's fine. It's fine. We've been in combat constantly. This is
Mhm.
just.
This entire episode has been in one massive fight. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
This is what you wanted, Rivallon.
Right
Yeah!
to the combat. The rest of us are like,
Yeah.
oh, here, go no.
There's
Is that the end?
me and Red were watching something earlier in the week, and it was this guy who was playing this game, and it was just a couple of characters that were being moved around that you found during the mission. It was just these characters going, "I want to kill something. Why aren't there something to kill? Come on, get me in the fight." And she was just going, "It's him. He says that."
Is that the end of your turn, Sash?
No, I will then
Nope.
cast Aid as a level 2 spell.
So yeah, okay, channel.
Oh, sorry,
yeah,
no,
you're-
no, you're right. I used an action to use Channel Divinity as an action.
Yeah. So you
I
only
will
got bonus
then-
action and your movement left.
I will use a bonus action to attempt to hit the serpent attacking Justinia, because if that serpent's no longer alive, you can help somebody else.
All right, so you're
My-
using your spiritual weapon.
Bonus
Go ahead.
action. Yeah,
Bonus action,
That-
spiritual weapon attack.
Yes.
So make sure you're
sir.
targeting weapon
Who am I
serpent.
targeting right now? I'm
4.
targeting the wrong fanged serpent. Let me change that.
Yep, you're targeting the dead one right now, and now you want to target 4.
That should
I
be
can't
it,
wait for
correct?
Unity because I think it would make this a lot. I don't know. I think it'd be a bit smoother. Don't
Mhm.
you?
I
Like
think everything would just be a little bit better if we updated systems, to be honest. But anyway,
I'm looking forward to it. It's a small team. I think they only have like 2.5 full-time people like on the actual team.
2.5.
And,
Yeah, the chap, the upper half
Hey,
of
that's
one
their
guy.
words.
That's
That's
it.
their words. I read their. That's their
Why did I
words.
just
The
take more
2.5.
damage?
Huh?
Why have I taken an extra 5 damage?
I don't know.
Was someone
Been at
targeting me when they
23.
just? I had 16. I've taken another 7 damage. Did someone have me targeted?
You were target. I think you were targeting the magic missile on yourself as well.
Oh.
Because you did. Didn't you heal yourself at one point, or weren't you doing an effect on yourself at one
2
point?
damage to Isaac. Yeah, I did the damage to myself, but I
Yeah.
wasn't affecting myself. Weird.
Well, take it off.
Take it off.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay, Sesh, go ahead.
Stop
and,
making the
go
fight
ahead and
more
roll your
difficult.
damage.
Just like. Witness me.
Hang on. Is this not working? Am I not here anymore?
Oh, you're back now.
You're
back.
talking.
Okay. Yeah.
So go ahead and
There
roll
we
your
go. That should work now, maybe.
attack and then your damage if you
There
hit.
we go. Now we're reconnected.
It's a natural
Oh,
20. So
baby.
So you hit. You hit.
So when I roll damage, that should naturally roll the critical, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. It should
Yes.
automatically double the dice. Yes.
Hang on. I'm actually casting that at level 3 because that's the reason I don't have any level 2 spell slots left. So I need to roll 4d8 plus 4.
Do you have that programmed onto the? You can program that onto your card, by the way. So you just create a new
How
attack.
much do you normally roll for the attack?
2d8 plus 4 because it's that would be the level 2
The third
slot
level.
is 1d8, but I've cast it as a level 3, which adds a d8 damage.
So you're actually going to be rolling. What is that? That's
48. 48 plus 4.
48. Well, I mean, because of the crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
it's double-
48
Oh, yeah.
48
plus
plus 4 because it's
You
already.
double the dice roll, remember,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
dice.
So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, and we'll.
So 48 plus 4. Could actually hurt a lot. Let's hope it hurts a lot, shall we? Oh, I see a couple of 8s in there and a 7. Ooh,
So
baby.
that's 29 damage on Serpent 4.
Come on, that's gotta have killed it.
It's a decent bit of damage. As this
Nope,
like
still
silver
alive.
claw just
Ah!
breaks its way through the back of this creature because it's pissed off that one of
got
Bahamut's servants is being.
6 HP left.
That's not
Hey.
that. It's done more damage than that, I think, hasn't it?
No.
It's 48 because it's at level 3, which gives it 2d8 plus 4. And then it's double the dice rolled, so it's 48 plus 4.
So 29.
It's normally one. Spiritual weapon's normally 1d8,
I
Yeah.
cast it at
And-
level 3, which gives an extra d8. And then it's double.
and then because he crit, he gets double dice. That's
Yeah.
why.
This is Pathfinder, I'd be doing like shit tons damage.
I
but
thought it was naturally doing the 4d8, and it
Oh,
had.
no. Then he'd have to be casting that at like level 6 or something.
Because
Yeah,
it
I
should just
need-
double
I
the
need to cast
dice
levels.
rolls, not the dice rolled.
Could I just
Well, no, in this system,
point
it's
something
it's
out?
just-
Does that mean I
it's
could
on
get the
dice.
last 2 kills?
Does
Technically,
You
yeah.
probably could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably could.
So
yeah.
let's go. Bonla. Bonla moves up to the valve, and he's gonna make a check.
Come on, Bonla.
He has an
Strength check.
18
Come on,
strength.
Bonla.
Come on,
18
Bonla.
on,
strength.
big man.
So-
You can do this.
Come on, Bonla. Come on.
That's the natural 20.
Yeah.
Yes!
Hell
Bonla just
yeah.
Natural 20 plus 4 is 24. You see him grasp on to this valve, which is like a foot across, and just muscles bulging. You hear like the scraping of 2 rusted metal bits grinding against each other, and then it frees, and he just starts opening it, like turning it, and he gets like, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 turns out of it before it finally opens all the way, and you can all hear like a grinding noise from like stone grinding against stone, and a little rumble in the floor. And it does look like the water's not filling up as fast, but it's still going up. It looks
We
like
gotta get
maybe
that
there needs to be
second
two
thing.
valves open to overcome the filling effect of there.
All I'm gonna say is
Essentially, what that
bottlenecks
means
is
is
one
I'm
finger.
rolling a d8 for the per turn rising of water. That now brought it down to a d4.
Okay.
Okay.
So it
He's actually
happened.
just used one finger. He walked up to it and just went.
That's his action and movement. So, yeah, that's going to be.
That wasn't all of his movement. That wasn't.
No, it's not all of his movement, but he has nowhere else to move to go to really, because he.
What
I mean,
about the other
he-
valve?
He can go try and assist Sedna.
He doesn't have enough space to go. Well, he could go there, I guess.
Yes, get his butt into gear.
Thank
Let's
you.
see. What's his intelligence? He's also got to see what's his. If he
With
can
the
figure
thing
this
of
out.
he also likes to help his captain.
He likes
Yeah,
to help
that's
his
true.
captain. I'm factoring that into the roll and the modifiers. I'm just. Well, he rolled a 1 on that.
Typical.
That is what we like to call
It's
karma.
fucking my roll. That's my fucking luck, isn't it?
No, it's our fucking luck right there.
That's true. Well, I like him. I want him to succeed in life.
Don't like us though.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Yeah, no, he's focused on his task. He's focused on his task, and he's just going through that. And by the time he finishes with that, he's taking a breath, and he does not realize that Sedna is having a profound amount of problems with her valve down on the other side at the moment.
The tiny little half-elf woman is like,
Yeah. Okay. And
Poor
this is
little half-elf.
Rivallon.
Finish them, Rivallon, finish them!
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
honestly, I don't care if you kill Steel. I just want these things dead.
Okay. I'm gonna move Hunter's Mark to Sea Serpent Fang 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
the
that's
one
still
you-
alive.
There, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, it's heavy.
Oh, you moved it.
Aren't they?
There's 2 alive. There's one in front of there's 4 in front of Ustenia and 2 in front of R1. They're both
Yeah.
pretty close.
I want Sea
Yeah, we
Serpent
got
Fang
all,
2
Okay. All right.
with Hunter's
You've
Mark.
targeted- Hunter's marked them.
We know that 4 is really, really close though because.
Oh, for 5 minutes.
Oh, damn.
You've got another attack.
You got another.
Yeah,
that's
That's
not
a natural 20.
That's a
Oh,
wasted
hell
20 though.
yeah.
That really is a wasted 20.
You
That
have
really
to
is,
make
yeah.
you have to do 10 damage and you kill
There's
There you go.
14.
it.
No, it's 17.
17,
Yeah.
and then there's a D6 that you have to roll for the hunter's mark, which it would be another 3. But
There's 20 damage. He just doubled it.
it burns a little bit on the water and as it's dying from the seething rage of
No, the arrow hits with such it pierces through it and then just goes slams into the wall on the other side. My bad.
yeah.
It's
Hanging on the wall.
Like, somehow, like, it come and it's like ejected from the serpent out the side, but at such an angle that it's gone into the other dead body of the serpent, like the other one.
Another dead one.
Somehow, even in death, it's got a double kill. Like,
So, are you wanting to move anywhere, Rivallon, or are you just gonna?
I'm going to move
Sedna's having a problem with her
towards
valve.
Sedna and try and
problem. What's the problem?
to help with her valve.
Okay. Well, you did attack, so you can get onto the valve this turn if you have
But I
30
can't
feet of movement.
Oh, I've got my second attack. No, I did my second attack, didn't I?
you
You
Yeah,
did your
sorry.
second attack. You did your
You've
second
still got
attack.
another 5 feet of movement. haven't
Yeah,
you?
so you can actually get onto the valve because you did 25 there. You can go. So it would be the one. It would be going over to this one.
Oh, okay, go that then.
If you go there, then you can help.
Yeah.
And you're
okay.
setting up. Essentially, you going there, I'm going to essentially give Sedna an advantage because you're helping.
Fair enough.
Assist, essentially.
Yeah. And that's okay. That's the end of that. And now we go to R1. R1, you're awake now.
You're
Oh
welcome.
god.
Things hurt, and
Yeah.
there's a dead sea serpent next to you that's slowly sinking into the water as blood starts going into the water below you, and things are starting to wriggle and rile like 20 or 30 feet underneath the water.
How big are these creatures?
Hold on. Fucking
I'm sure Mage has the monster manual open.
they're
in front of his desk.
large.
These aren't in the
I
monster
can-
manual.
They're not in the monster
I
manual.
checked the monster manual.
About 15 feet
I like
long
how you
and
guys
5
are
feet
just
thick.
And no, I
15
don't
feet
have
long and about 5 feet thick is what it is. Well, 12 to 15 foot long.
So
Is there
does,
enemies?
that doesn't fit in a 10-foot cube.
No, it does not.
You trying to put it in your bag of holding?
We just pull out the bag of holding and put it in the water. And...
I forgot I give you guys
Does.
a
Yeah.
bag of
Fuck, you
holding.
could have just started draining the water.
Yeah, we just put the bag of holding in the water and it just starts filling up into it.
Well,
Oh,
to
I
extent,
mean,
there's a lot of
I
water in
guess.
here.
I mean, hey,
Yeah,
it
but
would
you
give
can
us like
take-
time, right? It would give us a little extra time, if nothing else.
Bag of holding takes what? 500 cubic feet? It's
I
a
think you're
pocket
over.
dimension.
It's less than that. I don't remember.
I
exactly.
am
Check the math
going.
on that, probably, Midge.
So what is your plan? You have to use if you want to get up, by the way, because you're prone. You have to use half your movement to get up.
Yeah,
You're still on the water, though, so.
I'm
Yeah,
going
sure.
to cast.
Hate for the creatures. Just cast hate.
I cast hate.
Phantasmal
I cast murderous intent.
Force
Okay.
on the creature that is
Still alive.
still alive,
Alright.
and it's
Target
going
the one
to
below,
be
below Yesenia.
yeah, it's going to be a young silver dragon. No, the silver dragon wormling, the small one, the smallest silver dragon,
Right.
Baby.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
baby dragon,
because
essentially.
that's the only one that'll fit in the 10-foot thing. It has to make a intelligence check. So let me see if I can't do that myself.
I think
Am I
you can
targeting
open
it?
I'm
with the
sure it'll
magnifying
make it.
glass
I'm sure
and then
it'll
click
make
on
it.
And click on the check thing, it'll do it.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sure it'll make it.
Cast or save?
This is where you have save.
Save.
I think if you click
If it
cast,
says
it'll do the
save-
save anyway, right?
Okay.
It might.
Yeah.
But
I'll
if-
just do the save then.
Yeah, just save. Do that. See if it makes it. Yeah, it's that's a
Zero.
0. There's a -3 to its intelligence. These things aren't smart.
Yeah, they're animal
Alright.
intelligence, right?
And then I am going to have it. Oh crap! I lost the page.
Is that 6 intelligence? I think -3, or am I thinking of?
He's got a 5.
I am
Five,
going to
yeah.
have it bite.
Okay, so it looks like one of these, like a silver dragon wormling, his attack
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Okay.
only it sees it though.
Yeah, I remember. I
it
remember
does-
because he did the same thing to the spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've used this before.
I'm still not exactly sure if that thing would have gone across dimensions or not. that's I'm still don't know how that
don't
fucking
know.
works.
Well,
And
because
I don't.
its intelligence is seeing it, then yes, it does. Because he's
I
not
don't
have. Yeah.
think there's it just does damage.
Okay, well, how much damage does it do?
It's
And then-
1d6 psychic.
Okay, roll 1d6 and I'll apply it. If,
Is it affected by your intelligence or any kind of modifier?
Oh,
No.
that immediately killed it.
Nice.
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 Does that mean we're out of combat order right now?
No.
No, because there's still more of them below water.
Can I just double check? Are there any that have just moved into the range of my 15 feet? Because that's still going.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Just
I haven't
making
rolled
sure.
good. I haven't rolled good enough for that.
Alright. R1's going to stand up. So
Essentially,
what's...
the ones you guys are dealing with are the ones that are above 30 feet of the water. All the rest of them are below or under, like 30 feet underneath the surface. So, that's
yeah.
kind of
It might
what's
not
half
differ
of
if
25?
yeah, the
half of 25. You're rounding down. At all times.
so
you round
10,
down.
right?
10.
So 10. So you only have 10 feet of movement left.
I have 15,
When you get up, you use half your movement to get
which
up.
is 10.
Yeah, no, he rounds down the half.
Yeah. So it's half
Yeah,
of
oh,
your movement.
true.
Is,
Yeah, you're
12
correct.
and a
Yeah,
half. So it'd
Okay.
I thought you were just for some reason I was thinking like fully why that is, but
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So that
Um.
and you move there.
Do I have anything? Oh wait, no, I can't do that. All right, yep, that's my turn.
All right. Okay, Sedna has got advantage. On this.
Go, 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 go.
She has no modifier. It's a straight strength of 10. So.
And a D8, bardic
Oh,
inspiration.
and a D8. Pardon. Thank you for reminding me, because I had forgotten about that. 16.
You might as well roll the d8 and see what you get.
Well, yeah, no, because she needs it. It's a high DC for this.
Yeah.
That's a 4. So that's a 20,
20.
which is one above what she needed. It was a 19
Yes!
to open this valve.
It's raining. It's
Woo!
raining.
So with Rivallon helping, the thing starts to scrape the two elvish the two individuals of elven ancestry start slowly pulling this thing, and as you get momentum on it, as you break the built up rust and salt deposits on the valve, it starts going quicker and quicker, and you're opening the valve, and after a couple of turns, you feel the rumbling, and the water starts going down and down at a very quick pace. It seems that was a very big hole that just opened up somewhere in the pools down below, and within like a round, it dips 8 inches, and in another round, it dips another 8 inches.
Is there no water on the platform now?
After about 10 seconds, yes, it just and it's going down, and it keeps going down. It doesn't seem like this is stopping until maybe if you watch, it stops about 40 feet down. That's where the holes were in these pools, and it still looks like there's an appreciable distance still down in water, but you can see as the water goes down, it's writhing with maybe upwards of 10, 15 in the southern pool, and about maybe 12 in the northern pool of these creatures. Just go in there. You're pretty sure you would not have been able to
we
beat
killed
these.
2 in each pool. Is that including the kills? Yeah. So there's 15 in the bottom pool left and 12.
Oh no, this is including that's the live ones you see moving.
Yeah. So we killed.
Yeah.
So there was 17 and there was 14, but we killed 2 of each.
Yes. And also you're seeing these things tear the dead ones apart. They're just like the dead bodies are just being like torn apart by the other ones, and it's like a feeding frenzy essentially. You also see just below the water line of the new level, there's like little tunnels that are moving in different directions in there. Like maybe these things lead to the outside, like waterways or something like that. But this is like a nest area for them.
Okay, I land and dismiss my wings.
And we're out of combat?
You are now out of combat. You are now out of combat.
Owen's gonna run up to Sash and kiss her.
What?
Oh my.
She's like the spiritual weapon is like dispersing into the nothing because it waves. It's like, oh, fuck it, why not? It waves as it vanishes. Yeah, it's like
Like, dude, we know Arwen's got the horn for her, but still.
that's some
Hey,
serious horn.
Hey,
He almost died.
He almost died. She saved his life, quite literally.
How do you know that though?
There's a very limited number of choices there.
This
Yeah.
is true. This is fair. Also, how the hell does he jump like 4 feet in the air? She
He's
gets
a half.
Hey, where there's a will, there's a way.
I am a dexter.
Well, there's a willy.
So,
I am a bard that does acrobatics.
That's true.
So while you people are celebrating, Justinian's standing there watching his kill slip down and down and down with that water, screaming and shouting in Uteshian about how he has been stolen the chance at this kill.
Yeah. Also, you can, as you're watching this, it suddenly dawns on you how many of these things were down there, as this thing is just torn apart by its former mates. Essentially, its family.
former friends and family.
Yeah. Well, they don't really have friends. It's school.
It's
Is
pack.
being torn apart. It's
Yeah,
pack.
that's
Yeah.
pack. That's
That's a good one.
Yeah, R1 kisses Sesh. Sesh does not react and said she's like, I'm
It's
just happy I'm alive right now. Because
It's
my
fine.
god.
And then can we get the hell
She's
out of
using
here
her
now?
shield as support because she's like
I'm
still
gonna-
bleeding everywhere.
I'm gonna walk over to Sedna and ask, what now?
It's been maybe about a minute or two since then, and you're all just kind of because that was a hard fight. You all knew it, and you're all pretty beat up, except for Rivallon.
And Yesenia.
And
he's only
Ustenia.
got, like, 4 HP.
But he did get hit. He just got healed a lot. Well, no, he got hit once, I think. Or
Yeah, he
bad.
got
He got hit once and it
he
wasn't that
potioned
bad.
himself.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he
was
potion
potioned,
healed.
Yeah, so no, he got hit pretty bad once, but
Oh yeah.
it was yeah. As you take that moment to breathe, you also see, well, Rivallon you would see because you're next to Sedna. She's taking a moment to breathe, and she's also like taking out like a little bit of cloth, like wrappings, and is trying to. She got hit pretty bad on the arm, and she's just like covering that up. And Bonla's walking on over to Sedna when, as the water settles from moving downward and is now kind of leveled off, you all feel a rumbling noise, and then in the space between the valves, a large section of the wall begins to fall into the floor. A doorway opening, maybe 30 feet across, just falling and sinking into the floor, and continue to sinking in the floor.
Before we go any further, we should heal up. And she's like walking up. She's using her shield as like a way to support herself a little, because she's kind of like I imagine she got like stabbed through like a part essentially somewhere.
It was it was center of mass. It was a center of mass impalement.
It's center of mass, somewhere that's like making things difficult to walk properly.
I'll use a healer's kit to help Sedna. Because I have 3. I've just realised.
You do.
I will
okay.
patch up
Healer's kit,
Bond
you'd
with
have to
mine.
do. That would be a medicine check.
Yes, it is.
Be a medicine check, and then if you do that, I think what is it? If it's a healer's kit, it's used to that gives you.
Well,
I think it's a D4 healing on that.
D4 plus your wisdom modifier, I think.
Yeah, plus wisdom.
Yeah.
DC was 10. You help. You help. You help. You provide her with bandages, essentially.
Yeah.
You're trying to like help her. It doesn't heal her HP wise, but it does help, and she's.
Okay.
Thank you. And she give you a word of thanks.
So I
I'll
will
then go and help the others that are injured.
I will
Yeah,
use
everybody.
I've basically done a Legolas in Lord of the Rings, haven't I?
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Use my
Alright.
physician's hit, my physician's skill. Sorry, my physician's feat on Bonla and heal him. 11. Not bad.
Okay.
Oh,
And
it's
the
just gonna lay
same
on the ground.
for R1, because I can use it as many times as I have healing kit uses essentially, and I get 10 per kit.
I can help her. I have cure wounds.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you want to go ahead and do that, do that.
So Bonla healed 11, R1 healed 12. I can't use it on myself. We discussed that before.
Right.
I'm not that badass yet.
Use it on me.
At some point, no one else is. All right.
There you
Who
go.
else is injured?
3 HP. It's something. That's there. You're not the best healer.
No, I'm not.
I will call Sedna over.
No one wants to
As-
heal me. Okay.
I'll heal you.
As you're going through the healing things, and after you've done your stuff with
There you go.
Sedna, Rivallon,
Yeah.
Thanks, rival.
she's looking at the opening door, and when it finally settles, and it settles flush with the floor. On the other side, it's a small room of rough cut bluish black stone with a small waist-high stone pillar in its center, and you can see her staring at it. She doesn't seem to acknowledge you, Sedna. Or Sash. She does. Sedna doesn't acknowledge you, Sedna. God damn it! I'm doing it again.
I mean, to
It's
be fair,
We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
You get
I
it.
just
She
did
doesn't
that
acknowledge
as a-
you,
as a-
Sash. Yeah,
Yes.
Sedna.
She heals 11,
Okay.
by the way, from my healing kit thing.
11. That's
And
yeah.
Isaac heals 12. So
Oh,
well.
okay.
And
Uh,
Full HP
And
again.
thank you, R1.
getting all the heals done.
Yeah, just doing the usual patching up door stuff. You know, gotta get done.
That was a really bad combat for you guys. You got stuck in pretty bad. It was really bad because the DC in the early rounds before blood got in the water was 5, but I rolled, or no, not 5. It was the opposite. It was 15.
Yeah.
I had to roll. It was there was
Then it became
and-
5 because of blood in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got really unlucky later on because I wasn't rolling that. I was rolling like 1s and 2s and 3s for that. But early on, it was a 15
So there's this
DC.
massive doorway, you say?
There's a massive doorway into a smaller room, so it kind of really like funnels in, and you can see Sedna is slowly walking in. She doesn't seem to. She's not acknowledging anybody at this point. She's looking at the stone pillar. And on the stone pillar, there is a cut. There's an inlaid cut that looks to be just like the size of maybe about that big round, with like a lock, with like a little locking lug
About the size of a
kind of
baseball.
cut in. Yeah, about that. As she's walking forward, Bonla's following, and you can see
Following
Bonla's.
behind all of them, I'd imagine.
Yeah. We're not on the combat map anymore, but there's no map for this. As Bonla's walking behind her, you can see him taking off the pack he's been wearing this whole time, and rummaging in it, and he brings out the little chest, the little lead line container that has the scales in it. And hold on a second. As you get closer, the wall behind the pillar has a message written in it in common. It is carved directly into the stone. Some sort of like tools have been used to carve it. And it reads, "Wealth is subjective, but my heart is constant."
That sounds like some necromancy levels of heresy.
Heresy. So my question is, Roach, how professional does this carving look? Since I'm a mason.
Pretty unprofessional. This is something like somebody who knows how to do some carving, but doesn't like. It's a hobby.
Doesn't get
Like-
paid to do it.
Doesn't get paid to do it.
I'm gonna walk up and take out a platinum piece and put it in the hole.
Nothing happens.
Put
But
it back in my pocket then.
but
Well,
you see,
it-
you see Sedna take the scales.
it's gonna be blood.
This should work. And you can see, because you actually haven't seen the scales since you got them, but you can see they're just like it's.
Yes, we
when you
have.
pick, you haven't. It's been in the
You haven't
chest. the
seen
whole
them up close.
Yes,
Yeah.
they got used and they got knocked. They knocked us over.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
saying
but we
since you
haven't,
got it. You haven't gotten a good close look at it.
We've seen it in Sedna's office when Isaac went in to apologize. Well, I say apologize with quotation
No,
marks.
we saw it when
Chat
she
about
first opened the chest.
Yeah, but we
and
didn't
got
that's
like
what
out.
you
see it up close.
You didn't see it
We
really
haven't-
up close. You were just
I was
in
like,
the room when she.
I was
took
like
that.
5 feet from her, wasn't I?
Fair enough.
Well, you maybe, but most people did not. Were not close to it at the time.
That's
But-
fair. That's fair.
Which you can tell, and you get a better close look at it this time, anyways, Isaac. You can tell on the base of it there is just like the little inlet that's cut, negative space that's cut into the pillar, matches perfectly with the bottom half of the scales, and she slowly places it in there and rotates it, and it looks like it locks into the pillar directly. And again, this whole time and she puts her hand, takes her hand away, you can see the scales continue to give random measurements with nothing in them, as if something's being put in each one of them, but they're not stopping.
Robin's gonna cast detect magic.
Okay, you detect magic on this, and it is enchanted. This is an enchanted item. It is a custom enchantment on top of it, but it does not seem like the pillar or anything is enchanted. That looks to be mechanical in some sort. of Way. And you see her go for her necklace again. She takes off her necklace, takes the chain off of it, and now it is just the pendant. And that is placed on one of them. And she then takes a second, and it continues giving random results, even when it shouldn't, because it's just empty air on one side. Fucking hell. I was gonna give you guys a chance to figure it out, but she rolled a 20 on her intelligence check. That worked. Okay. Takes a couple of seconds. She's looking around. She goes into one of her belt pouches, and she takes out 5 gold pieces and puts it in the opposite cup. It stops for a second, as if it's deciding. And what obviously would weigh more would be the gold. Is, in this case, weighed less. And the pendant, the little tiny pendant that was on the end of the thing, it now weighs more. And it holds. You can see Bonla and her look around. It's very quiet.
More gold. You need to balance the scales.
Maybe, but I'm not sure. And you start hearing a crunching stone sound.
Oh, never mind that.
Took a couple of seconds. It's an old piece of mechanic. It's an old piece of machinery.
You needed a second to warm up, you know.
Yeah. But a deep grinding noise fills the chamber as one wall slowly lowers itself into the floor, much like the previous chamber. Fresh salt air, unlike the stale air that you've previously been breathing, flows in from this new chamber before you can see what's inside. And you also, by the way, Sesh, you didn't notice that this was a doorway. This was like expertly hidden to camouflage it as a rough cut or rough stone wall. But as it lowers, you're greeted by a new sight. And hold on, I don't have a map for this, but I do have some. Backing image to give you kind of an idea of what this looks like.
Ooh.
I see nothing.
Give me a
Give him a
second.
minute.
Jesus!
Give him a minute. He's like that old machinery, you know. You gotta give him a few seconds.
Okay, that's the best comment I've seen. The way I have my cam set up, it's like an evolution of beards. Because we're going from beardiest to least beardy. Like,
You're starting to get one too, Midge. You got a little.
Yeah,
you got a
this
little-
is
missing
post
me.
shave.
Oh, really?
You're
Oh,
kidding
I don't know
me.
why, but it looks thicker than it normally does. Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe
It's
the lighting.
because I'm actually underlit for once and you can see past.
Oh wow, that's a nice picture.
Oh, it's not.
The
loaded.
new
Oh, wow.
chamber is somewhat open. A large hole is in the ceiling that allows natural light to flow in from a single ray. Looking more like a natural cove than an actual chamber carved into stone. It has a large pool of water in its center. More than 200 feet across.
We're still water walking, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's an hour.
Well, no, actually, you're standing on stone now.
No,
The
but
But
water
if it
was-
was water, then we could walk on it.
The
Yeah,
walls are
that's
smooth near the edges of near the water's edge, becoming more rough and jagged the higher you look. But the longer you look, you start to see patterns in the rough walls. Large faces are inside the stone. You can't tell if they were carved or naturally formed directly. Some are only a few feet tall, while others look to be almost 50 or larger. All the faces look like a mix between a normal face and a skull underneath it. Very gaunt. A small rocky beach sits along the water's edge in front of you, where the door was open. In the center of this beach is a long stone dock that reaches to the center of the watery cove, big enough for 3 individuals to walk side by side along it. At the end of the long path is a small, semicircular platform about 15 feet across.
Is there a tide in here? Or like the waves crashing against it or anything, or is it still?
There's a little wave bit. There's a little wave action there, just a little bit. Nothing too big. Nothing too big. It's just very minor. But you can see Sedna is just as awed at this. It's a very interesting view. The picture is kind of what you see. Just ignore the boat in the bottom, but think it's this. It's almost as if giants are looking down on you from above, bathed in grayish light from above and darkness below.
Well, you don't see that every day.
No.
Do these look carved or do they look fossilized?
Directly, you can't tell. If you wanted to give it, if you wanted to go ahead and check and see, Sesh could probably make a check and look at like the nearest one. Like they're not above you or anything. It looks like it goes around, but you could look at kind of like close one to get some details. You could do like a
That'd be cool.
investigation check for you, Isaac.
Yeah, like
Sesh could do an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
To check that as well,
okay.
if you wanted.
Also, just so you know, if Lucinia doesn't mind, she's using him as like a crutch because she's in pain.
I'm just looking at these and going, wow.
Does
It's,
Arwen see anything with detect magic?
That's 2 9s.
2 9s. Detect. You're looking around, and there's nothing directly magical that you can see here. Nothing outwardly magical right now. Though there is a faint magical essence in the center, right in front of where the right beyond where that little circular platform is on the little dockyard. With 9, give me a second here. Let's see. It's a bit too smooth.
Bit too smooth.
Carving would be carving. There would be bits like like it would if it was carved. There'd be little nicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks almost like it was like clay was pulled into the shape. Like it's very smooth. what
Could
you're
it
seeing.
have been magically carved?
You're not exactly too familiar with magical carving techniques, but magic to
Possibly.
magic. Yeah, magic's magic.
Magic is magic. It looks
So,
a little too smooth for hand carving. Magical carving, maybe?
It's like, wow. Okay. Do we recognize any faces?
Ooh, it's a
It's
good
got
question.
farther right up there.
It's a good question. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Alright.
Everyone?
Yeah, if you want to, if you want to see if you recognize a face, go ahead and.
Arwen wants
Go
to
ahead and
write
do
it.
Oh, what are these rolls? Come
Oh,
on!
I rolled a
Oh,
1.
come on, guys.
I saw a 20 roll up and I was like, oh, and then it rolled on and up. Oh.
I got a
Damn.
6 and a 6 on my last 2 rolls. I got a 2 + 4 and a 4
I got an
+2.
18.
All
Nice
right,
one.
are you making a check as well, Ustenia?
Didn't the other?
Yeah, go on then.
I thought you did already.
Who knows?
Probably. Right now,
Maybe you'll
Sesh
spot
and I have
something.
similar perception scores, aka 1.
20.
Nice, Ustenia.
Wow.
All right, Arwan, Rivallon, and Ustenia. Basically, anybody who rolled over an 11.
F.
F
in chat.
F. You look up the vast majority of these. You don't recognize at all,
Right.
but you home in on one of them, a moderately sized face, not the largest. Is Palan the Pious, a younger vestige of him than the images you saw in his tomb. As if maybe it was a far younger version of himself before his transformation into a redemptor.
A Pelon the Pillager.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yes. He's very much long hair. Is well, not carved, but is a part of the stone vestige. Sharper features before before skin began to loosen in his older age. Very much like it's a younger version of himself that is less proper. You can definitely tell. But it's a neutral. All the faces are neutral. There's no like malice or anger or anything to that. It's the fate. It's like what's a good what am I trying to think of? Like a death mask. You ever seen like a death mask? It's a neutral.
Yeah.
It's a very neutral kind of look to it.
Which is what worries me the most.
Yeah. But you see, and probably if you give a little bit of time to count, there's probably about 200 faces, all in the ceiling.
I want to start praying.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna specifically pray in a language that no one else speaks.
Like under your breath.
Just as people, just sort of prayers.
For some reason, I'm thinking of that guy from Rogue One.
Oh.
The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force.
kind of that. Yeah. Kind of that. But in the one language I know that no one else speaks.
Yeah. Okay.
Celestial.
So you're
Yeah.
muddling under your breath.
Say it. It's not a curse word.
Yeah. But as you're Sedna and Bonla, by the way, they're just as odd as you are. It doesn't look like they were expecting this, or at least definitely not this. But after a minute or two, looking around, see Sedna kind of tears her eyes away from the imposing faces of the wall and looks down towards the dock and begins taking some steps. And you can hear, actually, she starts talking to Bonla. Let's see here. Check, she's not doing much. Roll. Yeah, everybody can hear it, because your passive perception will be above that, and she's not necessarily keeping too low, but she's not talking to all of you. She's definitely talking directly to Bonla, who's also walking beside her, and you're, obviously, you're the group. You're the bodyguards that are walking behind, but you can hear her talking to Bonla about. She says, "After all this time, I wonder what it's going to be." Keeps walking, and you all heard that.
I wonder if this is all of people, or maybe it's the people on the ships that Rivallon went on. And she kind of looks like she's just sort of spitballing. She has no
Can we
idea what she's talking
religion
about.
check this place?
That's a good.
As you're walking, yeah, you could, yeah, if you wanted to.
Like, can I see if
Specifically, what are you
jogs
trying
my
to do?
memory? Like, trying to
Yeah.
jog if anything of this sort jogs my memory for like religious purposes. In terms of, is this a would this
Go ahead,
naturally
yeah.
be a holy
I'll
place?
give you advantage on that. I'll give you an assist on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're trading religious ideas from
Two
in the
natural
back.
20s. Why? Why now?
Like every other time I roll a religion.
I like how investigation is your wheelhouse and secondary religion, but now it's fucking great.
Well, I'm gonna take a sip of this and shut up.
No, insight is my wheelhouse. Religion and
Sesh
investigation.
Sesh had some good ideas.
like,
To throw
hmm,
out.
might be
Trading some ideas.
Yeah, we both had some good ideas if it's two
I mean,
20s.
to be fair,
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you both.
We're
you
both like,
putting your
oh
heads
my
together.
god, oh.
Uh,
Conspiracy theory, please.
Take a second here. Problem is it doesn't relate to religion. So
Would that tell us in itself what it is? Like, almost?
I'll give you some stuff. I'll give you because you get to get a 20. I'll give you some stuff on this. You got a 20. It's not religious.
I got
Yeah.
two.
But it's not religious based. You can definitely tell this isn't based around any type of like religion or type of practice that would do it. Because definitely, if this was some sort of tomb thing that had to be done with like a particularly powerful or high up individual, it'd probably take a while. Yeah, there's a reason there's only a couple of pyramids that are that big on Earth, and this is rivaling that kind of work that's been put into
But
this.
then again, magic.
Yeah, magic. You got a point. You got a point. But it doesn't feel religious. What it feels more like is this is meant for a specific purpose. This has been built to channel something in a very specific area for a very specific reason. And although R1 cannot see it, because there's a shitload of stone in the way, because these are all made of stone, it does feel like there's something magical in this place. Like not like in kind of like a nebulous sense. It feels like this is
Right.
forcing with some magic. As you continue walking forward, and now you're on the dock. Stone dock, made of small stones. And it just stretches out 100 feet forward. Again, it's 3 wide. And almost somewhat unsure if they want to go if she wants to go forward fully or not. She takes like a half step before then going forward more. And again, Bond was following, almost directly beside her, and you're all, I'm assuming, all following.
Yeah. Owen is, at least. I don't know about everyone else.
I'd imagine we're all like 5 or 10 feet behind her, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like there's us, there's the least injured people, then there's me using Justinian
I'm
as like
completely
a crutch
healed
because
now, so
my goddamn spleen is still in
Alright.
pieces. So
You walk forward, and you're about 50 feet out into the water at this point on the dock, and you're walking. And at the platform, about 50 feet ahead, this little 15-foot circle, you see 3 figures rising out of the water. At first, it looks solid, but then it's bathed in a ethereal greenish blue form. And then they settle on the platform.
I cast Speak with Dead.
Alright, so you get Speak with the Dead going. It doesn't seem like Sedna stops. She's going forward.
yeah, I think we just keep moving. I'm still mustering prayers. In an
I'm
unknown
Force
looking
was with me. I went with the force.
I'm
was
looking
with
at
me.
these 3 individuals.
I am one
Like,
with the Dawn
after
Father.
casting
The Dawn
it.
Father
Are
is
they
one with me.
shrouded in magic?
Do they say anything to me now that I can understand the undead?
They're not themselves magical. They
Okay.
are. I'm not sure how detect magic would work with this. They're not. The process in which they are here is magical, but they are not themselves magical. They are.
Right.
They are a function of the spiritual.
Right. Okay.
So that wouldn't. I don't think that would really show up as
No.
a enchant
Okay.
thing like there. 'Cause unless it was necromancy of something that you could, that would be an actual spell that would do that. So I don't think that would work.
Okay.
So you're
Do
walking.
they talk to me now that I can understand?
No, they said they're
them?
about 50 feet. They're about 50 feet away when this happens. And by the way, it's not 3. There's
There's actually 300 of them.
oh no, hold on.
Right,
There's,
God, it's the Spartans.
there-
Oh shit!
there's actually
Just one
4.
dying
There's
in
4
there.
there. There's 4. There's 4.
Okay.
There's 4 there. But as you keep going, a little bit forward, a couple more steps forward, you hear the waves change a little bit, as if water's lapping off something. And when you look back, you see a ring of the same figures now lining the edge of the beach, looking inward towards the center of the platform. There's close to maybe near 100.
An equal number to how many faces there are in the room?
Close to it, yes.
Haha, yes, okay.
But these ones are a bit closer from where you're at right now. And the light's hitting them in a way, and you can tell they're not fully spirits. There's something inside of them. All of them. You see one. It's the skeleton of a person. But the outside is bathed in blue and green and is the spiritual form of the person. And every time when they're moving, the spirit moves and then the material moves with it a little bit
So
after.
it's like a force ghost is animating a skeleton.
It's sort of like the form of the witches in Lord of the Whites in Lord of the Rings when you put the ring on.
Yes.
Kind of. But all of them are like that. And then when you look back to the ones in the center, you can tell that's the same thing, though they don't seem to be as skeletal, more preserved. And when you get closer, 3 of them look far more alive than the center one. And when you get within 15 feet, you're just at the edge of the actual straight, and you're getting onto the round platform. You can see clearly now the tortured man, the starving man, standing next to a simple-looking elf. You see the elf is definitely full blood.
It's Gallifar. It's Gallifar. Oh!
He wears simple clothing of a naval trade, only distinguished as some sort of leader by a fine sword sitting by his side, or on his side, and a wide-brimmed hat on his head. Standing to his sides again is the tortured man, a little more lively than the last time you saw him, given the fact that he's breathing,
Is he
or at least
smiling?
looking to breathe. There's no emotion. It's blank. All of them are blank. And then standing next on the opposite side are the 2 starving men that you encountered on the stairwell. And they stand
All the
motionless.
people that helped. Okay. I'm hoping that not factored
As
somewhere.
the last of you get onto the platform, you hear an echoey voice emanate from the figure of the elvish man. But it does not emanate from him specifically. It emanates from the air around. There is no emotion to the words, as if it has been ordained previously and it is now being recited. Though long I have been gone from this world, the fact that you are here speaks that my actions and cause have not. It also shows that one of my blood still walks the earth and still believes in fighting for what's right and just. And he steps forward. And again, this is weirder because the material remains of this man are far more preserved, but still obviously dead. Clothing still is on him in bits and pieces and tatters. And the spirit walks forward, but then the skeleton almost, it's like strings are being pulled, and it comes with every step. And he gets right in the center of the platform. He's now maybe 10 feet away from the group as a whole, and Sedna is maybe a foot closer, and she's in the center. You have braved hardships and passed the trials of selflessness, and he gestures towards the tortured man, who after a second ceases being, just while the spirit part ceases being, and then you see the material crumple into dust, as if it's a construct of some sort.
I pat Isaac on the shoulder.
Generosity. Gestures towards the two starving. And then after a second, spirits. And then they crumple into dust. Again, constructs. As well as strength and cunning. And he gestures towards the previous room where you can still see the two pool and the war. For a second, tick, another step, and then he goes and grabs the sword by his side. The sword, by the way, is spiritual. It is not actually there. It doesn't look like it's actually there. But he doesn't grab it in a draw fashion, but instead like underhand, like he's drawing it with his offhand, and then he's going to do the presenting kind of thing. He's got that. He's presenting it in front of him. And he presents it to Sedna in front of him. Take this gift and go forth. Bring justice to the wicked and evil, and peace and protection to the innocent. Go become the exemplar of justice to the common man, and a specter of shadow to the powerful. I am proud of you. And then it just stands there motionless, presenting this.
Does the skeleton draw a sword as well, or is it just like a motion?
The skeleton makes to draw a sword, but there's no sword,
no sword
there. It's just spiritual there.
Yeah.
Sedna's, you're behind her, so you're not seeing her actual face, but it definitely looks like she's thinking. And Bonla's by you, and he's not hiding it well. He's freaked out, which is weird. He's freaked out at this.
We've never seen him do that. We've never seen him freaked out ever before, even when.
No, you haven't. He fought like a squad of sunken men, and he seemed.
To be fair, everything that he's fought is physically looking like it's living, so he might just be afraid of ghosts.
I'm a bit afraid.
But you see him freaked out. But it's a couple of beats, and you can hear Sedna kind of in a voice, almost an accusatory voice, and she's speaking towards the vestige of Galifar. We'll be done soon, Utari. We'll be done soon, hopefully. Accusatory towards Galifar. "12 years. I had to murder, steal, what? Fucking hell.
Had to murder,
Steal,
her cell phone.
Answer the phone.
steal,
Ruins the fucking.
damn it! Murder, steal, just to get you. She shakes her head. I guess they weren't just stories. She goes to take the sword.
It's a background noise.
It's a really magical sword.
Gotcha. She goes to take the sword. Does anybody do anything, by the way? Or are you all just standing back? Or
I'm giving Bonla a pat and like reaffirming him. It's cool. Don't worry.
no, I'm just want to double check before this happens.
I'm
Pray.
I'm braced. No, I'm braced.
Praise.
Me too.
She goes to take the spectral sword. When she grabs it, I get it. You're wanting to call me. God damn it! You won't leave me alone. She wants to go grab the sword, and as she does, and pulls it away from the hands of Galifar, a real sword materializes.
Whoa.
It is a heavy, long, straight-backed sword. like a Napoleonic cavalry saber.
Yeah, yeah.
Like for like cuirassar kind of thing. Think like that, like basket hilted, big, heavy. And she's got it in her hands. She's looking at it, looking up to this ghost of Galifar. And it's really weird because there's no eyes in the skeleton, but there's eyes in the spirit that's out there. So it's like this weird dual vision there. Once the sword has been taken, a booming voice comes across. Still Galifar, or what you think is Galifar. I'm going to say just Galifar, so you probably all come to that conclusion. A booming voice, louder than before. Take this and bring fire to the wicked. And then you all start feeling a wind start to come across the cavern. Just going across, and it's starting to pick up. Sedna's just standing there. Bonlo's looking kind of freaked out. And it continues to whip up. And just whip faster and faster. And you start seeing. When you look back at the shoreline, every time the wind comes across, a spirit is torn from one of the skeletons and gets brought up into this wind, and it starts to make a form. It was transparent before, but now the wind is starting to take on a spectral blue and green color, and it gets faster. It gets faster and faster, and every time it goes across, every couple of seconds, another spirit is taken from a vestige, and the interior drops as if a puppet's strings are cut, just drop, ragdoll. It keeps going and going, and it's getting faster.
Perhaps we go now, Sedna.
Well, she's just holding that, and she's just staring at him. She's looking at the sword, and she keeps going. And every couple of seconds, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then part of the spiritual form of this wind hits one of the faces and takes a part of it, just takes it away. It ceases being.
Perhaps we go now, Sedna.
Starts taking a half step back.
Galifar's not there. You've got what you came for. Let's just go.
Okay. So you start. Are you doing anything to actually physically take her?
I will grab her.
I'm just Elrond
Freaked out.
or try to destroy it
Okay. All right.
with the hand and everything like that.
Bonla's too freaked out. He doesn't do well with spirit stuff.
I'll go, guys.
Thing.
I'll,
Come on, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, man. Doesn't do well with spirit stuff, but as you start taking Bonla and you start going by, you see the water now being taken up by the storm and cutting off your exit on the dock bit. Water is just starting to just come. Well, now it's a wall. It's starting to come up like a funnel.
And
up. And you can see the water start to drain out of the actual interior portion as it's being drawn up, and the wind gets stronger and stronger. Instead, it's now looking around, now suddenly snapped out of her haze. I don't understand. I don't know what's. She's looking at.
We gotta go.
The vestige.
Run.
She's going up. Where'd we go?
Out the way we came.
Keeps going and going.
We're already running out the door. Like all of us are running.
Like I said, there's a
Arwen's
wall of
standing
water.
still. Arwen's not moving. He's writing this all down. He's
Is-
not moving
is-
at all.
it
He's like,
has
oh
a-
my god.
Okay, you say the water level's going down? Yes.
The water in the pool, like the 200-foot big
Yeah.
pool that's in the center, is the water's line's going down
It's
because
going
he's
like
being
that.
sucked up. Yeah, it's going like that. Now it is a
So
wall.
has
maybe.
a new doorway appeared anywhere?
No, it has not. Though, actually, give me a perception check. Give me a quick perception check. Give me one.
Yeah. I'm going.
You want all of us
Fuck!
to roll one?
Fuck! Back on another 4.
All right.
But
Rivallon
apparently,
gets
one
it.
day where religion's good is not good for anything else.
Rivallon gets it and Sesh gets it. You look down, and maybe about 75 feet below, the stone platform that you're standing on right now, you can see the top of a mast of a ship, and there is nothing holding up the platform. It looks to be magically or some sort of like materials holding it. There's nothing like keeping it planted to the actual base of the bottom of this pool.
Okay,
Like
I run
It's just a
past
straight-
so what's her face, grab her arm and start bringing her towards the ship.
Well, the ship is underneath you.
Yeah,
It's
so
underneath
we
you
go
about
to the mast
75 feet.
and go down. Climb down the mast.
Okay, it would be you will be dropping 75 feet straight down. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
You
are.
said we
you
could
are
see the mast, therefore if we can see the
Yeah,
mast,
but-
we can climb down the mast.
The top of the
No.
mast is 75 feet below us.
Yeah, you can see it because you're looking down. I think
You're
is
looking
what you mean.
down. The water level has gone down and it's draining the interior because it's being drawn up into a water funnel around you. You're in the center of a water funnel. Is what's going on right now.
Right.
For painting the picture, you're in the center of a water funnel. The water that was originally in the pool is being drawn up into that, which means the water level has gone down enough that you see the top of a mast, but it is
Then
still
jump into the water.
75 feet. You could do that. But every round, another face is being wiped away from the interior of the chamber, and wiped away, and wiped away, and wiped away.
There's a hole in the top, right?
Yeah, there's a big hole in the top, maybe about 50 feet across. It's bringing in light. All right. I've got a timer going, guys. So this is the thing. So as you're standing around trying to figure out what's going on, it looks to get to like a zenith of speed, and the last face is torn away, and then you see Galifar kind of reach out, and then you see his spirit get torn away from the body, and then he collapses.
Okay.
And then all of the water stops going around in a circle. It's going around and around and around, but now as it's going around one time, it stops in like a wall. Like it forms like a bigger and bigger collection. And then it strikes at one of the walls specifically. And you see daylight on the side. A huge 100-foot tall chasm opens, maybe 80 feet wide, and light pours in. And then the water starts pouring down and down, and you
brings
hear
the ship
grinding
up.
noise. And you start seeing a ship come up from below. It is a 3-masted elvish galleon,
It's Galifar's ship.
and it has elvish writing on the side. Does anybody speak Elven?
Yes.
It's called
I'm
the
an
Siren
elf.
Scream. Its name is the Siren Scream.
What's Sedna's reaction to this?
She's looking around, and when she looks at Galifar when he reaches out before being torn away, and there's no emotion in her face that you can detect. But she's looking at him like, what happens? She by the way, she's holding the sword this whole time. And then when the ship starts coming up, she looks over to it, and she looks over to Bon. And she looks over to all of you.
And I say that ship's called the Siren Scream.
Which you've all heard the legend, because you were told it. Because
Galifar's
Stenya
ship,
got to
yes.
it's Galifar's flagship. That was his original ship, or his flagship, which was his original trade ship name, then put onto a bigger ship. She looks to all of you. Your contract's done. Bonla.
Wait. You're helping us out of here first, correct?
She points to the to the path that you all came down originally. For you can see it's still open, going back. And then Bonla's ruffling around in his haversack, his backpack, and takes out a very heavy-looking sack.
I
and
guess
hands
I'd
it
be
over.
next to him. So
Hands it over to Sesh. Should be an extra 200 on top of our agreed-upon amount. I think that'll be enough. Don't talk about what you ever saw here to anyone.
don't go getting yourself killed. And she says that to both of them.
Don't worry. I think we'll be alright.
Is the sword magical?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it appeared out of nowhere. So.
Well, yeah, but
I'm fairly sure
you
it's
know,
magical.
Now it's a little
Okay,
quiet. I'm
let
just
me
gonna
re-
go.
Let me rephrase. What kind? Like, can I see what kind of magic is on it?
It's a +2.
Okay.
There you go. It's +2. It's a +2, and it has another effect to it. But I'm gonna say that's it.
Right.
You wouldn't know that because it also needs to be attuned for that to come by. But she says, "I think we'll be fine. We have to get our crew back, and we have a company to burn."
Oh. Okay. I bet you're glad I saved those people now. I jest. Good luck.
Thank you for help.
If we ever run into each other, a drink would be nice, don't you think? I said it to both of them again.
Bonla smiles.
Oh, Bonla smiled, guys.
I made Bonla smile.
Bonla has more chance with Sesh than Arwen does.
I reach into my backpack, and I pull out that stone portrait of Sedna, and I hand it to her.
She takes it, looks at it. Thank you. Now you should get out of here. Your horses and dog still be at the entrance.
Alright, bye.
And she just, yeah, she turns around and like, Bonla's looking at you and just like, you know, seeing what you're gonna do. But then Sedna's looking up at the ship and it's just slowly rocking, this huge galleon in the water, and it's weird. It doesn't look wet at all.
Magic, yo.
Fucking magic. And it's a huge ship. It's multiple decks. And it's got a whole bunch of ballista.
Has it
or
got
scorpion-
I
40
want
cannons?
to perception the rocks. Is Sedna's face up there now?
You look up at the rocks. It's a bare cove.
Okay.
And by the way, when you look at the sky, you see bright sunlight, not a gray sky.
Hey.
Is there 40 cannons on the ship?
No, it's there was no black powder.
It's a queen Anrib.
it's scorpion. They're scorpions. They're
It's 40 scorpions. That'll count. That's what I don't know.
it's that or more. This thing is a monster of a ship. But
Behave yourselves, and we all leave, I guess.
Yeah, we turn around and
start
walk away.
I've already
You
gone.
now have you have the 700. What was it? 700 that you needed to be paid.
750, wasn't it?
750.
750
Plus
plus 200.
on top of that.
Yeah.
Plus 200 on that. So you now have so that's 750 plus 200 is
950.
950.
950. So I'm gonna put that in your party sheet.
Yeah, we can
You
sort out the
guys-
math later when we get back.
Yeah,
to
you
it.
can sort it out whenever Denny's actually here. But you start you start on your way. It's 950. Is it? Yeah, 950.
Mhm.
Plus the 475 you got already. So yeah, you start on your way back, and what essentially occurs is there is no water to impede you or anything. It's just empty. There's obviously you still see the writhing fanged serpents in the water that's lower. But you go back down the stairways. They're salty, smelled, and damp. But you keep going, and you go all the way back, and you're able to exit out. The doors open into the fresh air, and again, it is a clear day in what used to be a very, very, how do I say, a very bleak, dreary beach is now a bright, sunny day. And I think, if there's anything, unless there's anything else you want to guys talk about or do, we can end that here for today.
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly picturesque, Roach.
Yeah.
All right, so if you've enjoyed this stream, don't forget to catch us next week for when we'll be back, 7:30 BST.
Act 4. That was the end of Act 3.
End of Act 3. As always, thank you to Commissar Roach, who is not visible on your screen right now because the webcams are all fucked up after Otari left. But Commissar Roach was the DM for this, and me and Rival on our streams. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Does that mean